What that means, Detroit media icon Ryan Ermanni, University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
And good afternoon. Welcome to the Ermanni and Edwards Show with Maz right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Braylon Edwards today. That is my friend and foe, Anson Wells, over there to my left.
You know, before you introduce anybody else, this man just told me that he ripped Ben Wallace's info off a jersey and then put Rodney Stuckey in place of it. Wow.
I was hurt.
I'm hurt by that.
When Ben left for Chicago, I was the biggest Ben Wallace fan in the world. I had Ben Wallace jerseys, every one. The Pistons Lightning Bolt jersey, the red jersey from back in the day. I had the home, the away. Like, this was back when rocking jerseys was something I did. I was in my mid-20s, so Ben Wallace was my guy.
And you were mad because he left a free agency, huh?
Then that dude left for the Bulls for $6 million more, $3 million more a year. But I've learned to forgive Ben. You know how I feel about Barry. I still have a rough time getting over what Barry did to this team and to myself. I take these things very personal. And when Ben Wallace chose the Bulls over the Pistons, I unstitched all the Wallaces from the back of the jersey. I bought Stuckey, and I had somebody else stitch them all on. So I had all the throwback Stuckey jerseys that you could imagine. And then, of course, Ben Wallace comes back to the Pistons. I'm just like, oh, man.
Did you redo
We could
it?
probably do a whole show just on who broke your heart most leaving Detroit.
Yeah, we could.
Let's put it on
Probably
the wheel.
Ben, though.
Let's put it on the wheel.
With how much I invested into Ben Wallace and the jerseys and all that, and just how much I was allowed to talk crap because of that team, and it hurt when he left, man.
Still
And
hurts.
now I blame Flip Saunders, now that I know the real
Flip
story.
was trash.
Now I blame you, Flip Saunders.
Was trash.
Huh?
He's in heaven.
Now I blame you, Flip Saunders. Is that better, Maz?
A little bit.
Oh, God. How you
He's
doing,
just
Maz?
over your head right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he's not doing? He's not giving the ball to Ben on offense, pissing him off so he leaves for Chicago. Like Larry Brown used to always feed Ben the first possession of the game.
That's right.
Like, I don't care if we go, win the tip, Ben, go get your post up. Ben's involved. We gave him one. Let's roll and play the other 48 minutes without having to run an offensive possession for him.
Involvement.
That's all you had to do.
Right.
No.
Just
So you
please
can
your
do.
star. Please your star.
Ben.
Well played.
Tom Mazaway in the building today. What up, Tom?
Hey, at least one of us are here, right? At least one of the show guys are here.
Yeah, with the smallest name.
Yeah.
The guy with the smallest
With
name,
the
with the
biggest
biggest
Maz.
presence.
Biggest heart, too.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Good to have you guys here. Honestly, I love doing a show with you two idiots.
Right back at you, pal.
I already
Speaking of
took
two
my-
idiots,
Hey.
we got Pete.
I already took my
Cooks.
migraine meds. I
good.
already took them.
You're going to need them today because I got a lot of things to
Migraine,
say. And
I got a lot of problems with you people.
I don't think, I got a lot of grievances to air today. And I don't think a lot of, I'm known as the Cade hater around here.
Oh, yeah, let me pull the chat up. I got to see
And
that.
I'm not a
What
Cade
is
hater. Yeah, just because a question was asked before
Really?
the season. Yeah, so they try to pin me as this Cade hater. And I'm not a Cade hater.
No, you're not.
But I hold him to an elite status,
High bar.
which comes with...
You're a golf lover, though.
I am a golf lover, and I hold him to an elite status, which comes with elite criticism. So, if you don't want to be considered a superstar, then you don't have to deal with the expectations, right? Isn't that the dirty little secret? If you want to fly under the radar,
Pretty much.
you don't want to have to meet anybody's accountability standards. You just be an average player. But if you want to say, like Cade Cunningham has been quoted as saying, I want to be the best player in the entire NBA, there's certain things that you just can't allow to happen.
Are you talking about a 21-0 run?
I am talking about a 21
Yeah, with
That's a
8
hell of a
turnovers.
guess.
With 8 turnovers.
Hell of a guess, Tom.
The Pistons, obviously, they lost game one. Heartbreaking fashion, too, honestly.
Yeah.
But, Anson, we got 2 hours, and we could literally spend it all on the Pistons and just the lessons learned, how they got here, what they need to do. But really, was my biggest question to Pete when I walked in the studio today. Have you ever seen another quote-unquote superstar let another team have a 21-0 run in the fourth quarter of an NBA playoff game. Now, like, that's pretty specific and pretty dialed in, but when I think back, like, I can't remember that happening. And this is what I want Cade to be, right? I want him to be that stopper. Oh, my God, they're on a 10-0 run. ISO Cade, it's over. At least we're going to stem this run. But it couldn't, it wouldn't, and it didn't happen in Game 1. And I'm not panicking because this is playoff basketball. There's a long way to go. There's a lot to be learned. This is a young team. But as far as I need my superstar to step up in those moments, I need my superstar to step up in those moments. And if that makes me a hater, then so be it.
No, and it doesn't make you a hater. You can't watch a 21-0 run go on without questioning your leader and your coach. Hey, what did we see? 6 minutes out of Ron Holland? Send Ron Holland out there and tell him to just tackle OG Anunoby. Start a fight. Both of you guys get kicked out. I'm serious.
I agree.
As a former head coach, there's absolutely no way that I will allow a 21-0 run. We will do something. And their offense just...
How about getting the ball in the basket?
Yeah,
but the thing is how do you do that?
Fair.
If you look, I went in today, this morning, and I looked at all of the possessions in that span of time. It was about 4.5 minutes. It was like 4 25-plus foot three-pointers taken. And then to your point, before that run went on, you've got a 5-second inbound violation, followed up immediately by a 24-second violation, a missed dunk. I know we got lucky and got it back after that.
That was interference.
But you've got Tobias Harris playing his best game as a Piston 2.0, and why don't you get it to him in the block? Why don't you get it to Cade in the block? And they just kind of had this almost an arrogance that they could shoot their way out of this run because they shot the ball so well through 3 quarters. But when it comes down to a run and you have to stop it, like you said, you go to bully ball and you get a bucket.
Well, I mean, everybody talks about Kobe mentality, right? Could you see Kobe letting a 21-0 run happen without saying, give me the ball for the next 7 possessions?
Nope.
I don't care if I die, I'm going to get to the free throw line or something's going to happen.
Could you see Isaiah or Chauncey allowing that to happen?
Exactly, and that's my point. And once again, it's Game 1, so let's not completely overreact.
Yeah.
But that's what happened.
But
so
I feel
we
like,
have to talk
I feel like you
about
guys are reacting more to the 21-0 run than the overreaction of the game. I feel like you're fine in your reaction because you're saying like no overreact. I don't think you're overreacting at all. 21-0 at any point in the season is crazy, let alone
wild.
the playoffs.
And especially in the playoffs, right? But this is how this series was supposed to play out, right? The New York Knicks are the higher seed. They're the more experienced team. You kind of expect something like that, and I don't know if it was almost ignorance by this Pistons team because they didn't understand the pressure. And, like, in the playoffs, man, you got to keep your foot on their throat because if you let anybody breathe a little bit of oxygen, next thing you know, it's a 21-0 run, and Cam Payne is having his way with you in the fourth quarter.
Ugly shot.
May I?
You may.
It's not all their fault.
Whose fault? What?
UMass.
The Knicks suffocated them. Once the fourth quarter started, and Thibodeau probably looked at him and said, hey, guys, you're down 9. You're down 8, whatever it was. It was 8. This is embarrassing. You're home. So they forced the 5-second, and then they get a 24-second. Meanwhile, they hit 2 threes, the Knicks, to get the game within a bucket right away. And then, of course, the missed dunk. Asar Thompson missed dunk later in that one. But he was interfered with. That dunk, was that Jalen Duren? Whose dunk got interfered with?
That was Tim Hardaway's, and I'll tell you what.
Hardaway. That was. I'm telling you, man.
That would have put us up 6, and
That's
we
a
did
horrible non-call.
It's. They were talking online yesterday that it is one of the most unique and rare moments in basketball because you don't see a ball go through the hoop into the net and then have it kicked out. That's super duper rare.
Yeah.
But then you have a missed foul, not so rare. And then on top of it, you have an offensive interference on your own dunk.
Yeah.
And even though we increased the lead a little bit after that, those extra 2 points, I would have put it at 11. And when we got to 9, if anything, you see the Knicks take a timeout there. But that never happened. And this team seems so shell-shocked through that 3 or 4 minutes of just weirdness that when the Knicks came out with a different adjustment defensively, We never figured it out at all.
Remember when Mickey told Rocky, go to the Southpaw now? It was the 15th round against Apollo. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's too late. The minute he changed, he won the fight.
Can you
double knockout? He got up.
Can you do some more Rocky?
Yeah, we need some
Tom
more.
Thibodeau, more Rocky.
Tom Thibodeau saved that defense literally for the fourth quarter. He changed that whole team and waited. He's like, okay, these punks are up. Okay, let's let them have it now. Let's let them have it. The Knicks suffocated the younger, dumber team. That's what happened.
If this happens in Game 5, I'm a hell of a lot more worried.
Right.
But
this
as
is a
you
learning
said,
experience.
They're ignorant to a playoff game. You got a couple guys that have been there before, but when you look at this team, and if you were going to expect them to just disappear for a stretch, you'd hope it's Game 1. And on the heels of a great game, they were the better team for 3 quarters. So I'm not worried at all. I would be more worried if they lost on a last-second shot after winning all game and what that could do to them emotionally. Those guys, instead of being disappointed, they've got to be pissed. They better be pissed.
Well, when all things are said and done, New York was supposed to win Game 1 at home.
Exactly.
And they did what they were supposed to do.
Exactly.
You know, there's that long-standing playoff phrase, oh, the series doesn't start till the home team loses. In this situation, I beg to differ. I think tomorrow or tonight is a must-win for the Pistons. Because if they go down 0-2, I don't see them having the chops to be able to come back.
They're not playing at the Palace.
Yeah, we
right.
don't know. We don't know what else is going to look like.
We talked about that.
We don't know.
We
gonna
talked
be
about that
exciting.
during the Pistons post-game show, and we'll be doing that again tonight after Game 2. But, you know, we really don't know. Is the game sold out for Game 3? Are we going to be bringing the typical atmosphere that we had back during the going-to-work Pistons? So that's a huge question mark. We talked last night. Is this a team that can hold serve at home and take it to Game 7? I think they could win a Game 7. I'm just not sure that they can hold serve all 3 games at home.
Do you think if Campaign doesn't get hot like he did in the fourth quarter, that the Knicks win that game? Because we talk about their defense, but him going, what did he go, 3 of 4 in the fourth quarter?
Had a
he
steal
had an assist,
and a block,
and a
I think.
steal, fouled 3 people.
Hit his free
Like,
throws.
dude was all over the place. But this is what I want the young Pistons fans to remember or to kind of look back on, because we kind of forget the no-names that have beat the Pistons in the past in playoff games. Like, remember Boobie Gibson and what was that, like 06? Boobie Gibson.
Kool-Aid brought that up.
And who the hell is Boobie? Like, where did he go? Where did he come from? Remember Luke Walton in Game 2 of the NBA Finals in 2004?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the only reason they won. Luke Walton happens to be on the Pistons staff now. We got Brian Scalabrine one year.
Penelope.
Remember that with the Nets? Brian Scalabrine just goes nuts. And now we had the Campaign game. So hopefully you can prevent those things from happening. But at the same time, this is the NBA. Campaign gets paid a lot of money. He shoots at a decent three-point percentage. He got hot, and the Pistons couldn't respond. The Pistons need to have that type of performance from a dude. A random dude. It's got to be an Asar. It's got to be a beef stew.
Well, see,
it can't be like Cade has to be the superstar, and then there's got to be a supporting cast.
Beef Stew's hurt, guys. We don't know how bad he's hurt.
Yeah.
When they lost him, basically that's it. When he went to the locker room, that was the Pistons' best chance. He walked out. He's the rim protector. He was playing on 1.5 legs most of the second half.
But he
And
was
you
just playing
could not
so
go anymore.
well.
Yes.
He was playing so well.
He played on 1.5 legs, man. Not even. 1 leg. The guy's hopping around up and down the court. And when he went out, that's it. And you know what? They still made a run with 1:40 left. Got it down to 6 again. They got it down to 6.
Yeah,
and
I think there's some encouraging things.
yeah, they showed that they can hang. And then the Knicks hit the 3, and that was it.
That's the thing. At least this wasn't a 50-point
Correct.
blowout. Like, my God. Whoa, the Memphis
Kind of
game?
felt like it.
When we had all of our
bad.
quotes from the hosts here on picking how many games and who would win, and with a little bit of a quote, one of the things that I said that would push this team past this first round matchup with the Knicks would be depth and chemistry. We had chemistry for 3 quarters. They looked out of sorts in that fourth quarter. But we have an 11-man roster rotation that we talked about last week. Now, Paul Reed it's kind of a barely 11th man, but you saw 6 minutes out of your boy Ron Holland. You saw no Marcus Sasser, and you saw no Fontecchio. So when I look at your question, Campaign, they've got a Miles McBride. They've got, Rand or not
He was
Randall.
a zero.
But
McBride was a zero.
But what I think is that they have those shooting X factors on their bench that if we leave the door open like we did, one of those X factors, one of those bench guys is going to come through. Like you said, I agree. We need one of our bench guys to come in and hit a few threes. Obviously, that's, Beasley being the sixth man, but I want to see some Sasser. If McBride's on the court, I want to see Sasser out there with that speed, with his outside shot. I'd like to see a little Fontecchio. He's not my favorite, but he brings that energy. He could hit a couple open threes.
He's a hustler.
And then Ron Holland is a guy, again, I'm not fully sold on, but he brings so much energy. And I'll tell you what, you put him in that fourth quarter, he's going to mix it up. And he's going to change the emotion, maybe not the score, but he'll change the emotion and the energy during that 21-0 run. You got to put an X factor in, man. You got to put some guy that you're not expecting to make a move and say, can you make a difference in this playoffs?
Well, JB Bickerstaff, I think he's going to make the proper adjustments. I think he knows what to do. He's the most playoff experienced thing with the Pistons right now. I mean, I guess you could say Tobias Harris, but Pete, you have that audio. What
Ready to go?
The game? Let's throw that up right now.
I mean, we were the better team for 3 quarters, I thought. And again, these are learning lessons for us, and we have to be honest with ourselves when it comes to that. We talked pregame about what experience is, and this is experience. Now, you come back the next game, and how quickly do you learn from it? You got guys in their first playoff game and understanding what playoff basketball is and what closing a playoff basketball game is and how hard that is. It's hard to win in the playoffs because people are laying it all out there. So it's not a typical regular season game where, some things may work if you, miss your execution and those types of things. So, again, it was a great opportunity for us to learn. They did what they were supposed to do in game 1. Now we've got tape. We've got some experience. We can go back, break it down, and be better in game 2.
And this is where the leadership of a JB Bickerstaff is comforting in the moment, right? We're fans. We're allowed to overreact. Let's go! The roof's on fire, 21-0. They're never going to be able to win another game. Really seemed like he's got the attitude of been there, done that, seen this, know what I'm going to do with my adjustments, and we're going to move forward into the next game. And this first half is going to be very interesting because you know what's going to happen, right? You know the Knicks are going to come out with their best punch in this first quarter. And if the Pistons can survive it, they got a chance to win this game tonight.
Yeah, and we saw a pretty good punch from them in the first quarter, which the Pistons survived. Cade wasn't playing well in the first half. It was literally the 2 veteran guys that we brought in this offseason in Tim Hardaway and Tobias Harris that carried us through that first half. Cade looked great in the third. But in the fourth, when we were out of sorts, I just don't understand why you don't go back to the well. Go back to what got you through those first 3 quarters, and that was Tobias Harris.
Yeah, this is when we missed with Jaden Ivey, too.
They took Cade out
let's
of the
call
game.
a spade a spade.
It's our
on
second
this.
best player, and he's not out.
Well, and he's your best ISO player, essentially. What were you saying, man?
I said they took Cade out of the game. That was Thibodeau
Blitz
said,
package.
don't
But
let,
you can't be
He said,
taken
"Don't
out of
let
the
him
game
beat
if you're
us."
Cade Cunningham. You can't. There is none of that.
But
Like, you need
Thibodeau
to be
said,
the best player.
He said, you see that guy there? Take him out of the game. That's what they did.
Sweep the leg,
That's
Johnny.
what they did.
That's what it was that easy.
They suffocated.
They ran cover 2 all 3 quarters,
Yeah.
and then they ran a blitz package all fourth.
Call it what you want.
But you don't think Jokic deals with that? You don't think Luka deals with that? You don't think other superstars in the league deal with targeted defenses at them? At the end of the day, if Cade wants to be the best player in the league, he's got to learn how to handle the double team. He's got to learn how to handle the
25
triple
tonight.
team. He's got to learn how to handle the boxing.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to learn how to combat all of these things. Because you were watching Jokic in their first playoff game. Dude was swarmed by everybody. Like, every time he spun, he's trying to spin the – and a lot of the times he looked out of sync too, but eventually he found a way. And I think Cade will over time, but he's got to figure it out now in the playoffs. And he's got to figure it out tonight.
Yeah, and we saw around February teams start to diagnose the double team and realizing that in a lot of situations it frustrates Cade, and he's struggling now from becoming an elite scorer that can score on anyone to now facing double teams and having to beat those double teams. But this is a guy that he needs another ball handler on the court.
Yeah.
Asar, as many great plays as he makes just as many boneheaded plays. And I don't mind him handling the ball, but in the playoffs right now, I'd like to see a little more Sasser, as well as plenty more Schroeder on the court with Cade. Because when Cade was getting double teamed, he's giving the ball to Beasley, who's just looking for a shot, or he's giving it to a big man that's not a great ball handler. During that fourth quarter, he didn't have a secondary ball handler with him. And if he's going to beat that second or that double team, he's got to have somebody that can comfortably control the ball, but also somebody that can allow him to set up in the post like you brought up earlier in the show.
So you think with the injury to Beef Stew, obviously we don't know how severe that is, but let's just say it's going to keep him out the next 2 games, just for argument's sake, right? Do you go small? You go 3-guard lineup just to give that extra ball handler on the court an outlet for Cade?
I don't think so, because Cat can play with anybody. They're not going to go small and take Cat out. I think the key to this series is wearing Cat out over 6-7 games.
It's all about wearing the cat out.
Absolutely.
Always.
Always wear out the
Motto.
Well played, my friend. I'm going to just hand it over back to you after that.
No, finish your thought, Anson. What were you
We got to wear the cat out, gentlemen. We got to wear the cat out. And
Tonight's theme, wearing the cat out.
if he doesn't play, I think you're going to see
merch shirt dropping.
you're going to see at least 18 minutes out of Paul
Gotta
Reed
keep
to wear out the
wearing it,
cat.
and then finally you'll bust through. You'll bust through.
that cat out.
That's how you got to do it.
Hey, Fox 2.
If
Fox
I'm
2.
JB Bickerstaff, that's my message in the locker room.
Sorry,
Boys,
Dina.
tonight
Sorry,
we
Dina.
wearing that cat out.
Sorry, Dina Centofanti. We apologize.
Tom Mazaway.
Save us.
I do believe tonight is it's early, but it is must win. And I thought they needed game 1. And I was so excited after that third quarter. I mean, I was standing up. And I was in East Lansing with my daughter. It was like senior pictures. We had to go all over the town. So I'm watching it in spurts, but I'm listening the whole game. But to watch what they did in that third quarter, I thought they played a great quarter, one of their best quarters. And the Knicks looked down. And
Frustrated.
They really, man, it really hurt when you got the free play coming out of the fourth quarter. You have the ball. You're up 8 with the ball. You can't inbound it. Then the Knicks hit a 3. And then you inbound it, and you can't hit it. You can't get a shot off in 24 seconds. Knicks hit another 3. It's a 2-point game. Yeah, the Pistons did punch the score up a little bit after that. Offensive interference, the missed dunk, 2 missed dunks, basically, a missed foul, and it was over. It was over that quick. And they need – I don't know how this game is going to go. I have no idea how this game is going to go tonight, because I think the Pistons gave them their best shot in that first 3 quarters.
Really?
And, yeah, it kind
So
of
you think that was it?
It kind of scares me a little that tonight's game
So
might
here's the
not
question.
be right.
And Pete, I want you to put this up in the chat as
Sure.
a poll. Were you encouraged or discouraged by game 1?
I'm discouraged.
Maz, what say you?
Yeah, I'm discouraged.
You're discouraged.
Because I think they can't play better than they did in the first 3 quarters. It's like the team that is undermanned, but they really put it all out there. And then the big boys said, okay, listen, kid, get the hell out of the way. Let me show you how to play. I'm taking over this court. It's winners out, 21-0 run. You don't see 21-0 runs in the playoffs. And I know OKC was down a whole bunch of points this weekend. And the Lakers, the big shots, they lost the game to the T-Wolves. So there are teams out there that's supposed to win, and they didn't win. I do believe, and I hope I'm wrong, that the Pistons gave it their best shot in the first 3 quarters.
I disagree, man. They gave it their best, the best basketball they could play. They played in the third quarter. But if they play the way that they did in the first half for a full game, they can beat them at home or on the
Easier
road.
said than done.
Well, but the first half was a very closely contested matchup. And they weren't playing their best ball, but they certainly weren't playing 21-0 ball either. I'm very encouraged. What I saw was exactly what I had hoped to see. A Sarr stifling defense on Brunson. He had 8 points in the first half. But you also look and you
Cade
get
had 13 in the
Jalen
third
Duren.
quarter.
But you get Jalen
That's it.
Duren and Asar both taken out early in the first quarter. Early in the first quarter because of foul trouble. Those guys never got into their game. That's one of the worst games we've seen out of Jalen Duren since December. So I think that if they can stay out of foul trouble and allow their starters to get into some rhythm, all that I saw were 2 evenly matched teams.
Yeah.
One with more experience.
Asar, you brought him up. I loved his quote after the game about Jalen Brunson, about how he's good at drawing fouls and like pretending to get fouls. And once again, it's a learning curve for the young Pistons, right? Like
Absolutely.
now you're in the playoffs. Now you're playing against a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
You're gonna know when to reach. You're gonna know a little bit more coming into this next game. And for all the reasons I was disappointed they lost the game, is the reason I was encouraged by that game. Like, I don't think a 21-0 run's gonna happen again in this series. I don't think Cade Cunningham is gonna go cold from the floor in the fourth quarter like he did. I don't think they're gonna give up a lead like they had, because now they put a little bit more value on that lead. They understand that 8 points isn't much in the NBA playoffs. Like, you can't get comfortable up 8. Hell, I wouldn't even be comfortable up 15 in the NBA playoffs. 20, maybe. That's when you could start maybe taking a little bit back. But how many games have you seen in the playoffs when a team's up 20, they start to lay off, and next thing you know, boom, the momentum happens, the calls happen, the shots start falling. You can't get the energy back. So for all that reason, I'm encouraged, because you showed you could hang with them. A fluke had to happen for you to lose a 21-0 run, which isn't going to happen again. You saw their trick defense that Maz thinks they pulled out of their butt in the fourth quarter. That changed everything. Well, now you can have adjustments to that. So I'm pretty confident rolling into this game that this is going to be a very tight, winnable game for the Pistons.
And there's a word going around Detroit for a while now, and it's grit.
Yes.
We get to see how gritty this team is tonight, period. They took a serious shot in the fourth quarter, and they've been reeling for 2 nights, probably sleepless nights. But this team, despite being super young, I believe is very, very gritty. I don't think they're scared. I just think they're pissed. And I want to see that in the first quarter. So we're going to learn a lot about this young team after tip-off.
That's it. You take a butt whooping and how you rebound. That's it. Like, it's what life's about if we want to get all metaphorical. If you get knocked down, how quickly can you get back up? And the Pistons got a chance to do it tonight. And if they go 1-1 tonight, Thursday night in the Motor City is going to be absolutely
They'll win that
insane.
game.
If they go 0-2 into Thursday, it's going to be 7, right? It's going to be a 10 out of 10 if they win, maybe 7, because LCA is going to put on for them. But it's not going to be anything. If they steal a game in New York, holy hell, LCA is going to be insane.
Getting 6.5 tonight. Knicks are favored by 6.5. So
Same
well within the bookies' range there.
You know what I love? I absolutely love that it is NFL draft week, and we've made it through the first half hour of the show not talking about football. We are going to get to that, and you're stuck with me all week this week, but I came
I'm
with
happy about that.
some presents, guys. You guys have been here before. I have some cards for you here. Whoever puts in actually, no, we're doing it different today, Pete. Can you explain how we're going to do it today?
Well, would you like to do it the Super Chat way, or would you like to... I think we should do it the Super Chat way.
Super Chat way. So whoever gets the most Super Chat, Pete's put together a wheel.
Why don't we just say if you want on the wheel and a chance for
a
prize from Anson,
you pay on the wheel.
$2.99 per entry. How's that? $3 entries.
There you go.
$2.99, $3 entries.
And you can enter more than once.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're
Yep.
going to get a couple pieces of the wheel there at the end. I got a bunch of cards here, a bunch of Detroit cards from all the different sports, of course. And you know that we got
How
a
about
little
those
bit
bobbleheads?
of Woodward love in here. I'm giving away bobbleheads towards the end of the week.
Okay.
Got some Woodward sports stuff. Got the Braylon Edwards rookie card. We're going to have him sign for you.
Ooh.
And then in honor of the V
How many of those
Friends
do you have?
May 7th Topps Chrome release, Gary V's V Friends. I'm going to get you a V Friends card. These are going to be highly collectible. Get your sons and daughters or your nephews and nieces onto this, I promise. But got a really cool prize pack today for you. I'm going to have one each and every day of the
Beautiful.
week.
Nice,
You guys are stuck with me
Anson.
all week.
You're like Santa, man.
I think I'm going to
Santa
help you
Anson.
out with that too, Anson. I got a few things I could add to the donation pile too.
There we
I'll
go.
help you out.
All right?
All right.
Going, buddies?
Kicking. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
What
Talk
the heck?
about buddies.
Anson.
Hey, listen, we got Braylon Edwards, a legend, the Michigan legend, signing a card, but we also got the legendary Buddy's Pizza.
Just breaking, our draft party and NBA party on Thursday night will be at the Buddies downtown Detroit.
Wow.
Come on down
How
to Buddies.
about that?
Come on down to Buddy's.
Man.
Downtown Detroit, right off Madison. It's going to be a party.
What are we doing there?
We're doing 2 watch parties at the same damn time.
We got a draft show
Yep.
and a Pistons show
All on the
Everything.
same night.
For
Two
1999,
shows
come on down. We got
on
everything.
one network.
That's hilarious. That's
Detroit's
hilarious.
decade, man. It's Detroit's decade.
Let's
but
go.
There's been
pizza.
a lot of decades that have been buddies. Since 1946, they've been serving up that original Detroit-style pizza with over 22 locations in Michigan, including the original at the corner of 6 Mile and Connet. Sign up today for Buddy's Rewards. Earn points on every purchase and receive exclusive promotion. You see it right above my head there. Download that mobile app. Start earning today. Save 10% off your entire order using that promo code 10MEAL. Once again, that's 10 MEAL. You see it right above my head. Head on over to buddiespizza.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This one is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's has been taking the chore out of getting your hair cut since 2004. You can walk anytime, 7 days a week, and let one of their talented hairstylists deliver that industry-leading haircut along with the relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Once again, they're open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
And welcome back to the Ermanni and Edwards with Maz show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Braylon Edwards. He'll be back maybe Wednesday.
That's
maybe
the rumor.
Thursday,
It's a rumor.
Perhaps Friday. Ryan Ermanni out all week, so you get to deal with Anson. He's going to be here. Ricky Burns in the sound booth. Camera is out, so you don't get to see Ricky
No,
today.
we have this now.
Oh,
there
there he is.
Yo, this glass
Always
is
with the apparel,
disgusting.
too.
That glass is so gross. Do we have something to clean that with?
Let Pete cook.
There you go, Pete.
There you
go,
go.
buddy.
Look at Pete
I
using
figured
the
out a way.
cameras to full capabilities.
I figured out a way.
Live from the Woodward Sports Studio.
Pete, we get
Planet
some
Fitness.
super chats in during the break.
We did. We got two people joining in on the wheels so far. Phil, hey Phil, we changed the rules just for you. You put
Phil.
a $10 entry in, you get 4 entries for that. And Rando Smalls put in $5. Rando, you get 2 for that. How's that? We
Nice.
changed the
There
rules
we
on
go.
that one. There you
we
go,
go.
guys.
Keep
Deal.
them coming. We got an awesome prize package here for you, including the Braylon Edwards signed rookie card and the V-Friends card.
Tom Mazaway sitting in the Maz chair, which, by the way, Maz,
I hear a rumor.
Did you hear about the new client?
I did.
Did you hear about the new client?
I did.
All right.
Hey.
Big things happening with the Maz chair.
To me-
Maz's butt is finally worth something.
To me, going to Planet Fitness and sitting in those massage chairs
Yes.
are this worth the price of admission. We just might be getting something here that we can use every day.
Yeah. Every month you're going to
Can't
get
wait.
a new massage chair.
Can't
One
wait.
in here too. We need one in here too.
Not in the TD booth, Pete. Get to work. Shut up.
Get out of here.
No, Pete is also here cooking in the TD booth, as he likes to do. And the NFL draft, I cannot believe we've gone 35 minutes on
Unbelievable.
a draft week without talking about the Detroit Lions, Brad Holmes, and the pimp job he's going to do on the entire NFL on Thursday night.
Brad, we trust.
Field Yates and Mel Kiper came up with their mock draft, which lazy. This is what I call this mock draft. Lazy. And you know why? Anson, well, let's tell you who they're going to draft at 28. The Detroit Lions at 28. Mel Kiper has Mikael Williams. A lot of people have that. Edge out of Georgia, right? A lot of people have that. Blah, blah, blah. Aiden Hutchinson, they need someone across. Blah, blah, blah. We've heard all that. What did Brad Holmes say last week, though? Like, Maz, can you quote Brad Holmes from last week? What did he say?
I can quote him. He basically says, we need defensive end, so I'll just draft a defensive end. If he can't play, I'll still just draft a defensive end because we need a defensive end. That's what you guys tell me. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to draft, like I always do, the best player we think will fit in this locker room because we are family. And if you don't fit, you must have quit. They're not going to put him in unless he is a fit. I would not be shocked if he went out and got an offensive lineman with the first pick. I know we all say we got to get DN. I would not be shocked whatever this guy does. I will be shocked if he takes a corner back, but he could do that as well.
He's going to take the best player available. Period. End of story. And
100.
that's pretty much what he said last week. Like, listen, you want me to chase a defensive end and draft guy that's ranked 37th on my board when I'm passing up on my 7th guy because he doesn't fit the position you think we need? We all know they need defensive end help. We all know that the whole defense got decimated last year. But Brad Holmes isn't going to do what you want him to do. Brad Holmes never does what you want him to do. Brad Holmes made Braylon Edwards walk off the damn stage when he drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. It turned out okay. This is what I've been telling people for the last 2 years because Brad Holmes has earned this they should have earned this with everybody. He's earned the right to just have your trust. Just sit back, shut up, enjoy draft night, come on down to Buddy's, have a nice cold beer, some good pizza with us, and let Brad cook. And then evaluate it in 2 to 3 years. We can have the conversation. But if he trades up, it's going to be the right thing. If he trades down, it's going to be the right thing. If he takes a quarterback, and I'm a Jared Goff guy, you know what I'm going to say? Brad Holmes is smarter than me. He knows what the hell he's doing. If he takes a wide receiver, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, they're trading J-Mo. I'll be like, Brad Holmes knows what he's doing. He's smarter than me. They take an offensive lineman. I'm not going to say, oh my God, Taylor Decker's career's over. I'm going to say, you know what? Brad Holmes knows what he's doing, and he's smarter than me.
Answer before you keep going here. Albert Breer, big NFL guy, insider, says he's heard, and we've said this before, but now Albert Breer puts it out today. He's heard the Lions are open to trading Jamison Williams in this draft. Just wanted to put it out there to you. Now you may have the floor.
Where did he hear that?
Came from Albert Beard, Doug Kleiman.
If you don't put names to the sources, I don't credit them.
Well,
listen,
nobody really
you know
does.
what I heard, Maz?
Nobody does, man.
You know what I heard, Maz? You know what I heard about you?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
No, but see, I can make up anything.
I know. I'm just telling you what he said
All right.
a little while ago.
All right.
At some point, Detroit Lion fans have to get on the same page with this franchise. This franchise is not being run like it has been our entire lives. This guy, every draft, has done things that has made Lions fans scratch their heads, get upset, and then in hindsight, that 2 to 3 year later, review,
Right.
we're all super duper happy. I've talked many, many times about how I believe these guys have a list. And it might be 18 people, it might be 22 people, but it doesn't matter where those guys fall. They are absolutely getting one guy each and every year off of that list, whether they trade up or whether they trade back or whether they trade twice, because one of those guys is still sitting there in the second round. But James Pierce is not coming here, okay? Mike Green is not getting drafted by this team. Shamar Stewart, they have no interest in these guys. Guys with no college production and problems personally, some litigation in their future. These guys aren't coming here.
Right.
And the absolute just obsession with trading for an edge, with drafting an edge, with signing an edge. These guys don't go out and fill holes. They go out and draft the best players. They find the best players. And at some point, the fans in Detroit have to pick up on that.
It amazes me that this regime, this team, and every player on it hasn't earned everybody's trust by now. Like, you go 15-2. You have the number one offense in the league. The year before, you go to the NFC Championship game. All built upon a guy that took over a team that was doing nothing with Matt Patricia at the helm. And it's happened in 4 years. And there's still people that think they know better than Brad Holmes. What he's done is nothing short of a miracle here in Detroit.
Big time.
And until they show regression, and I guess if you want to argue they didn't win a playoff game this year as regression, you could. But I could argue 15-2 was progression during the regular season, gaining a first-round bye, which should count as a playoff win if we want to be technical about it, because they got past the first round. We can get on the technicality of it, but they have never shown that they're taking a step back. They've never shown that the product that they draft, they can't coach up to be better. And I'm talking through Derek Barnes, through a Kirby, through Jack Campbell year to year, through, hell, their free agent with Alex Anzalone. It's not only about the player they are drafting on Thursday, it's about what they can mold him to be.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
I said it last week, and I'll bring it up again. Stick, you're new in the room. As much as I wanted them to go out and get Trey Hendrickson, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, I know deep in my heart, I'm not a dummy. They can't do it.
Yeah.
They can't do it because they have 7 or 8 guys here that they have to pay. Let's start you off. Aiden Hutchinson, 1. Jahmyr Gibbs, 2. Jamison Williams is 3. Kirby Joseph, 4. Brian Branch, 5. Then you got Jack Campbell, 6. Sam Laporta, 7. And I'm missing one other guy. There's another guy that they've drafted.
Aleem?
No. At least 7 players. Out of those 7 players, they probably can't keep them all. That's why in my back of my head, I believe one of them is going to get dealt. If not now, then
J-Mo.
the following year.
That's J-Mo.
That's where the Jamison Williams comes in.
I agree.
And they had Matthew Golden in here last week, the Texas wide receiver, in for a visit. Is it a smokescreen? Who knows? Who knows? He's not going to be there at 28. But remember what happened a few years ago when they went from 32 to 12 to get that receiver that they love.
He's traded up to 12 twice.
Right. So you don't know what this guy is going to do. And I'm going to introduce, and Pete, we're going to play the NFL Network here. Stacey Dales.
You got it, buddy.
You got it?
Got
This
it
is
covered.
Stacey Dales on NFL Network just a couple of days ago talking about how she would love to be in that Lions war room.
I love Michael, by the way. Love that guy. I want to sit in the draft room with the Detroit Lions. I don't care if they pick late all the time because they're good. They are fascinating. Brad Holmes is the wild card, right? You just don't know what you're getting with him. He spoke today. He is so unpredictable in the draft, and I wanted to put together the whiteboard because you got to get creative a week out from the draft. And so I put together the whiteboard just to show you what he's done and remind you what he's done in the first round of the NFL draft in his era, right? In 21, they're sitting at 7. He's like, I got to have Penei Sewell. So he goes and gets him right away. I mean, that was his first year, right? So you got to get the best player available right there. And that's what he does. He hates it if you ask him, are you going to draft this position of need? Like, that's not his style, but he falls in love with players. And in 2022, right? Aiden Hutchinson's sitting there at number 2, take him, right? But instead of using the 32nd pick, so they were going to have to wait all the way to the end of the first round, they love Jamison Williams, the wide receiver, despite that injury coming into the pros. They moved all the way up to 12 and did some nifty trade work to get him at number 12. I mean, that was massive. And they targeted him. Brad Holmes said that today. They wanted him so badly they moved up that much. In 2023, here's where it gets interesting. They're sitting there at number 6, right? We've seen him take Sewell. We've seen him take Hutch. And now they move down. Instead of using the 6th pick overall, they move down and get Gibby. And then at 18, they stay right there. They get Jack Campbell, the linebacker. And then in 2024, another 29th later pick. And they love Terrion Arnold. Brad Holmes said today, we had an affinity for him. We saw him play as a starter last year in his rookie campaign. He's going to be a hell of a player. They move up to 24 to get him. What is my point? What are they going to do at 28th overall in this draft? They've got 7 picks. They could do anything. And I want to sit in that draft room with the Detroit Lions because Brad Holmes, it starts with him, and he's a master at it.
That is Stacey Dale's NFL Network, and she is a closeted Lions fan.
I think she's out.
Let me tell you, man.
What's her name?
Stacey Dales.
Oh, yeah.
Stacey Dales.
Yeah,
She's got heels on.
Easy.
former All-American.
Stacey Dash and Stacey Dales.
Former
Big
All-American
Fimbo.
basketball player. Very good athlete. Used to be married to Dan Schulman. Was a great
So
announcer.
she's single?
Used to is
yeah,
the key
she's
word.
single again.
Used
So,
to is the key word.
nonetheless,
Guys, let's stay focused, fellas.
Yeah, we're gonna
let's
stay
stay
focused.
focused.
I'm
She
gonna
said
stay
the words.
focused.
She said words too.
she did. I love her.
That was part of the charm.
I love her. I love
she
what
can
she
say
says.
words?
She's one of
That
my
she loves the Lions.
She's one of my faves, man. Anyone that loves our Lions automatically goes to the top of the list for me. She knows her stuff. The national audience, they know what this Lion team's about. They know what Brad Holmes is about, the former Enterprise car guy. That's right. While he was sending out rental cars, he was dreaming about getting an NFL player ready. And he was with the Rams behind Les Snead. He comes here. This is his Super Bowl. It's the draft. And I can't wait to see what he's going to do. I don't think they pick at 28. I think they move up and get their guy. Who it is, I don't know yet.
Check the Raz scores. That's like, do we have the Raz scores yet? Do we have the full list of
There's
that?
some. There's some. I don't know
There's
about
some?
the full list.
Okay.
There is some.
Because, I mean, that's kind of what people are saying is the dirty little secret for Brad Holmes, how he drafts, because you saw Vaki last year off the charts with his Raz score. So, like, that's kind of the metric that he's using more than anything else. I don't know if that specifically cracks the Brad Holmes code, but look towards that Raz score if you want to see who's the best available at those positions.
But also look at college production. That's not something that they shy away from at all. And Shamar Stewart is a Raz star who had 4.5 sacks in his entire career.
Right.
He had 11.5 pressures in his entire career over 3 years. So to me, that's not a guy that's going to happen. I mean, if Kenneth Grant is there at 28, I think that his college production and his personality, he's going to fit right in with this Lions culture. And that's a Spartan saying, I want a Wolverine. But I agree with you guys. I don't think we're picking at 28. I see them moving up into the high 20s.
They got 7 picks.
I think Derek Harmon is the guy that they want. I think Derek Harmon is the guy that they want. That's a
who
guy
I
that
want.
they'd be willing to move a guy like Hendon Hooker or some later picks or a combination to try and get to that.
Who? Tell me about him. Harmon.
The ability that he has to put pressure on the quarterback is unmatched of anybody else coming out in this draft. Like,
Does he
I
sack
would
the
put him up there
quarterback
in the
or does he
top
just
5.
chase him?
Both. He does both. I mean, he killed it at Oregon. He's this huge, strong dude. Could operate the middle. You could move him to defensive end. He's a great complement piece. I've said it for months now. We can check tape here at Woodward Sports. That's my guy. I would even trade up maybe like 5 picks for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's going to be there at 28, but if the Detroit Lions land him, I think that's such a steal of a draft pick for us, and it completes that defensive line in a way that every critique of Brad Holmes and what he does and doesn't do would be fulfilled, and everybody could live happy with the first-round pick.
Hey, Field Yates and Mel Kiper have him 21 to Pittsburgh.
See?
So
21. That's not far.
That's why I said I'd move up like 5 picks
that
to go
ain't
get
far.
him.
Well, and we talked about that. I threw it out there. I'm gonna add a little bit to make it a little more realistic for the Steelers to accept it. 4th-round pick, 1st-round pick, and Hendon Hooker to move
They
up.
don't need Hendon Hooker. They got Mason Rudolph. They're
Yeah,
going to
but
get Aaron Rodgers.
They'd love to have a guy that they could possibly play
Maybe.
for the future.
Maybe.
But to me, they get a young quarterback who's not that young, we know. But you get a 4th-rounder, and you move back just 7 picks at 28. I think that maybe it's not that deal, but Derek Harmon, to me, that's that guy that ends up on their 18 best player list. And if he's within striking distance, you're going to see Brad Cook.
God. Honestly, you will see the biggest smile on draft night live from Buddy's downtown Detroit.
Hope you're right then.
If we land Derek, to me, there's nobody else that I would rather go after. But that's just me.
Okay.
Good point.
But also, once again, people, just because I want him, if Brad doesn't take him or passes on him, I'm going to be like, Brad Holmes is smarter than me, and Brad Holmes knows more than me, so I'm okay with it.
So you won't react like everyone reacted when we took Jahmyr Gibbs instead of Jalen Carter?
Right.
That's one of my favorite videos of all time. Me and Anson, it was at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak.
Yep.
They draft Jahmyr Gibbs. Everyone's, and the only one yelling is me and Anson going, yes! Yes!
It's great.
We loved him coming out of college. Like, we talked about him for months in advance, and you can even go back on woodwardsports.com. I wrote an article.
Which
putting
one of
him-
you geeks have him on your fantasy team?
Neither. Jonah has him.
Your best friend has him.
Jonah has him, yeah.
Shout out
has
Jonah.
him. So, yeah, whoever Brad Holmes decides to take, I'm fully behind it, but, I think we all have our favorites.
And at what point, at what draft, does the rest of Lions Nation get on board with that? Because these guys have done nothing but hit and hit.
They
and
win.
hit.
That's all they
win
do.
15 games with 29 guys are injured on your
Right.
defense.
Right.
But there's still question. Like Ryan Lentz in the back, he hates Jared Goff. And I have to ask him, what more does the guy have to do?
Run
And
a 4.40, I guess.
That's what I don't get for haters of anybody on this team. I love Jared Goff. Let's take it.
Not throw 3 interceptions and a fumble.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. What else does he have to what else does anybody on this team have to do? Not throw 3 interceptions? So like he did the first year when people were dropping balls in the NFC
I'm
Championship
just
game?
breaking your chops, man.
No, but this is my frustration
Yeah.
with people like you, Maz.
I'm
Your
sorry.
ilk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you.
All right, I'm going to set the scene for you. You could only have one of these, okay? The Lions move up to 21. It's probably about 10 o'clock at night. The Pistons and Knicks are coming down in the final minute of the game. It's tied. You have a choice. You can only have one. You want to watch the Lions draft pick, or you want to watch the last minute of that Pistons game?
Do you need to watch a draft pick live for him to play on your
I'm
team?
asking him. I'm asking Stick. Because he moved up, and Derek Harmon's out there.
He's watching the Pistons game, Maz. I'm going to tell you right now because he knows he can just
He
pull up
doesn't-
his
he doesn't
phone and be
seem
like,
too
oh,
sure.
that's what I got.
The last minute can last like 10 minutes.
He doesn't seem too sure about that pick right
Neil
now.
gave me a lot of crap last week for saying I'd pick the draft over a playoff.
Yeah.
Now a full
And it's game
playoff
2.
game
You got
versus
the Lions
the
just
draft
moved
or
up.
It's
the
only game
last.
2.
No, that's game 3.
That's
That's game
Oh,
3.
yeah, I
That's
forget.
game
That is
three.
game 3. It's going to be
That's
hard.
that
Tied
LCA.
1-1?
Yeah.
Or are they down 0-2?
No, they're down 0-2. They're down 0-2.
They're down 0-2.
You send your boy to watch the Pistons, and you stay in and watch the draft. Because
Yeah,
guess
I mean,
what?
the good
I'm watching
news-
the draft with you.
The good news is it's 2025 and Buddy's
Yeah.
downtown is going to have
I
multiple
know.
TVs.
Right.
I'll
I
be
know.
able to watch both. But in theory, if I had to pick a room in
Yeah.
each one of those, the draft is more important to me than
I'm telling you.
a playoff game.
I'm going to be at.
If it was a one and done, if it was game 7, all
Yeah,
day.
that's different.
Right. All day.
Yeah.
Easy decision, no problem.
It's
But this is
April. They don't play till
Hey.
September.
It's our Super Bowl.
No, it's not. The Super
is.
Bowl is our Super Bowl.
No, it's our Super Bowl.
That's
still,
crazy to
we
me,
haven't
man.
made it yet, so
Literally,
that's still our
just
Super Bowl.
hold your phone right there while you're watching.
no, you can't.
oh,
you got to
they're
go in a room. The whole thing
Oh,
is
I see.
you're in a
Okay.
locked
You have
closet.
no
Yeah.
phone.
You have no phone, no access
No
to
ticker.
the other one. Yep, that's it.
You got to pick
No
a room,
laptop.
man.
pick a room, Anson.
Pick a watch
I'm
party.
in the Pistons room.
Pick one.
And I
You
will
better
wait
say
until
that with
after the
that
game
shirt
to see
on.
who we pick.
I'm telling you, man.
Maz, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm watching. I'm going to be at the Pistons game, but I'm definitely
Small
the
flex.
entire game. I got the
small
phone on.
flex.
Hey,
There's
shout
no
out
question.
Oops, sorry, my bad
to a
on that poll.
lifelong Knicks fan
My bad on that poll.
cheering for the Pistons.
Well, yeah,
I
listen.
appreciate that.
Oh, come
buddy.
on, man. That ship has sailed. That ship has sailed.
Well,
I'm
then-
rooting. When anyone asks me, Maz, who you're rooting for, when it's New York versus Detroit, listen, there's one answer only, and it's Detroit.
What year
I'll
did
root
that-
for
what
I'll
year
root
did
for the
that ship
Tigers
sail?
over the Yankees and Mets. I'll root for the Pistons over the Knicks and Nets. I'll root for the Lions over the Giants and Jets, and I'll root for the Red Wings over the Islanders and the Rangers and the Devils. Well, maybe not the Devils. That's it. That's where I ended.
And what year did that happen?
You know how
the
easy it is to
conversion?
describe my fandom? I root for Detroit teams.
I know you do. Say again?
What year did
Same.
you convert?
Same. I don't know.
When I moved here and I started following the teams.
But not like the first year you moved here.
Right.
It took some time,
It
right?
took a while.
Okay.
But I'd say maybe 5 years in.
I love you for that, pal.
5 years in.
Love you for that.
Yeah. I love my Tigers, man. And I love my Lions.
People are saying I'm whack in the chat for choosing the draft.
You're not.
Listen,
You're
you
not.
listen. And this is what I told Neil. Listen, Thursday night we're doing a simulcast. We're doing a draft watch party. We're doing a Pistons watch party. Which one you think is going to have more viewers?
Draft
I'm
by
not answering
far.
that.
NFL is king.
Draft by far.
NFL is
Not
king.
answering that.
And it has nothing. It's nothing personal.
No,
Right.
it's
NFL
business.
is king.
It's strictly business.
This business, baby.
It's
I
strictly
don't care if
business.
it's snowing. I want you home. Like this business.
I'm offended too.
Are you
On
offended?
behalf of the chat and behalf of Detroit sports. We haven't won a playoff game in 18 years. And if we're in New York, well, actually, it'd be
in
Thursday.
Detroit,
It's
yep.
a Thursday. It's a 1-1 game. There's less than a minute left, and it's a 1-point game. And you can't wait to read who the guy was drafted versus seeing Goodell say it.
I'm with you, Anson.
I don't get it.
Actually, no,
drafts
I
are
can't.
boring to me.
Thank you.
Drafts are.
As a
I
man
always
wearing
fall asleep
a
watching drafts.
Lions hat.
Well,
on
Ricky-
his
That's,
face, too.
that's the only reason, because I always fall asleep during drafts.
Well, not
I
anymore,
never
Ricky.
fail.
You're part of Woodward Sports now.
I'm still gonna fall asleep.
No, you're
It tastes absolutely nothing about my DNA.
Still be napping.
I just can't sit there and wait for decisions.
It's a 7-game series,
I can't
guys.
do it.
There's
Right.
going to be
Nah,
another
we-
game.
we
That's
know
the
it.
But
thing.
it's action.
Y'all are missing the point. Like, there's another game within 2 days afterwards.
So what if you leave the
There's
Pistons
not another
game?
first round of the draft the next day.
That's correct.
What if you leave the Pistons game waiting for them to make their pick? Goodell goes up there. We have a trade. And now you just missed the end of this game because the Lions are picking
you missed what I
33
said.
instead of 28.
You missed what I said. The Lions have traded up
Yeah, they traded.
They've
it.
to
already
21.
21.
And it's 10
And
o'clock at
Harden's
night.
on the board.
You're right there, man. I said that
It's 10,
perfectly.
I'm watching the
History.
game.
Hey, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving my Pistons, bro. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
I'll read it in the funny papers.
Hey, tell everybody why we got you.
The papers.
We
You're
got.
talking
You
man's
know why they
language.
said that? Do you know why they used to say
Even I
that?
don't say the funny papers. I say the comics.
No, the funny papers, they used to say that because it was right next to your bits.
I know that, bro.
I know you know that.
Oh, he's telling me I'm back in
Shout
the
out.
20s again.
Little Orphan Annie.
Just showing my age with that one or what?
Get your war bonds here. It's Tom Mesway.
Anson, what are you giving away today? Tell people what you're giving away today.
Yeah, listen, guys. Once again, we've got a Braylon Edwards signed rookie card. He'll get back in this week, and when we send it out to you, it'll come to you signed. I got a few different Detroit sports cards, Detroit Tigers. Of course, we got that Woodward apparel, not apparel, but Woodward sticker and a koozie. And then, in honor of that May 7th Topps Chrome V Friends
My bad.
release, I'm giving you a Series 2 V Friends card. These are going to be highly collectible. So get your super chats in. $3 gets you one spot on our wheel that we will run at the end of the show. And what is it? 5 for 10 or 4 for 10?
Yeah, we're going to do 3 for 10.
Just
Right now,
put
we
your
only have
super
Randall
chats in.
Smalls and Phil in there.
Phil.
So
Only
right now,
two?
those two guys are getting something.
And listen, guys, this isn't like before when I was doing these. It's not the most you spend. Every time you spend $3 or more, you're going to get some entries.
You're going
There's
on the
one
wheel.
that week.
Michael Weary.
Michael Weary's got a spot on the wheel.
There we go.
He says, love the draft, but Pistons basketball. Come on. He says, come on, Stick.
Who is that?
Michael Weary.
That's Mike Weary.
I like you, Mike.
He's on the chat. He's in the wheel. My bad. He's in the wheel.
There we go.
Hey, guys, I'll tell you about Dr. Pierce. Do not miss out. Our injury expert, our sports injury expert, Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. He joins the Big Network every Tuesday at Big D Energy. Joins us on Thursdays. He's here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. Trust the guy at DMAC, and we all trust. Make sure you tell him Woodward Sports sent you. 248-426-9944, or check him out online, Dr. Jeff Pierce at MichiganSportsandSpine.com.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight.
This ball is gone. Boys are back.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Hey, Planet Fitness with over 50 Metro Detroit locations. Hey! You were watching Happy Days?
Yeah.
You know where the Fonz would go to work out? Hey,
Planet Fitness.
You know what
That's where they got
Patsy's
the
first
thumbs up
name was?
That's where they got it from. That's the Fonz's thumb. You didn't know
It
that,
is,
man.
you're right.
Planet Fitness, 50 Metro Detroit locations. Go work out where the Fonz works out. Hey!
Love Fonzie.
All right, welcome back. It's Ermanni and Edwards with Maz right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for the one, the only Braylon Edwards, who will be back at some point this week or next or sometime in the near future. Anson is in here filling in for Ryan Ermanni, who will be back also sometimes next week perhaps. Tom Mazaway is in the chair of happiness. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Maz, do
Stick.
you remember
Hello,
Patsy's
Anson.
first name, real name?
Yes, I do.
What was it?
Hold on, I'm going to give it to you in a minute.
Maz was there.
It's pretty easy. You're looking at another one right now.
Anson.
Anson Williams.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I know. I thought you meant in the show.
Oh.
I know it's Anson Williams. Donnie Most is Ralph Mal. Obviously, Richie
know that.
Cunningham.
You know,
Come on.
I messed up this weekend, Anson. Maz was the plug,
Yeah.
and I didn't hit him up.
Yep.
Maz could have been my plug, and because I didn't follow through with the man, the myth, the legend, my dinner date got messed up this
Yep.
weekend. It was
That never would have happened to
Dr.
me.
Corey Day's birthday. I took her downtown Detroit.
Happy birthday,
I saw
Corey.
that candlelit stuff.
Booked a dinner at Joe Muir's Seafood. Was like, oh, you know, let's get a spot by the river.
Rensen.
Nice little dinner. The night before, we go to the Masonic and go to the candlelit orchestra thing.
Oh, now how was that?
Beautiful. Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Worth the money?
Worth the money.
Okay.
Who was
I've seen those
babysitting?
ads.
Grandma and Grandpa had both the kids.
Oh,
Nice.
So,
there
so
you
like
go. Free
it was
babysitting.
adult night. Like it was. We were ready to go. I make a 7 o'clock reservation.
Perfect.
We don't get set till 7:35.
Oh, no.
Awful.
So we got like 30 minutes to eat at Joe Muir's.
Come on.
So we sit down.
Horrible.
Our waiter CJ, probably one of the coolest dudes
He
ever.
is a
He's
good
like-
guy.
He honestly, he was like, dude, this has never happened.
He's a good waiter.
So we sit down, we order all the food. I tell him, cash me out now so we can just walk out and leave
Cash me
whenever we
outside.
want. And he ends up bringing the food. But little did I know, Maz has the hookup at Joe Muir's.
He's the plug.
Should
Who's
have
your
asked
man?
me. My man Wayne McCracken.
We're going to have to get you one of
sounds-
those.
Did you just
Yeah.
make that name up?
That sounds better.
That's gotta be made up.
I'll show you my phone.
Okay.
we're going to
No,
have
Wayne's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's the guy
So
you wanna
next
go
time, anybody needs anything at Joe
Wayne.
Muir, make sure you hit up Maz.
Hit me up.
Can we get him a cubic zirconium encrusted plug necklace?
What?
You don't.
What type of plug?
It took
What type
me
of
like
plug you talking
15
about?
years to realize
What?
what those necklaces meant.
What type of plug you talking about?
What are we talking about?
The plug necklace is the little charm that some guys wear. You don't know about that?
No.
Rick, you know what I'm talking about?
What
I
just
have
happened?
no idea what you're talking about. I wish I did, though.
On
I
to
wish
the
I could
next
bail you out of
segment.
this one.
What just happened?
You on your own.
Are you giving that away today, too?
No, it's a real thing that I didn't know what it meant for years. I thought they were just electricians.
While you were away,
Like the plug-in. I do know what you're talking about. I actually do know what you're talking
while
about.
you were away, Michael Weary gave us $3.
Hey.
Phil gave us another
Yeah.
$10.
Hey.
The wheel's filling up, guys.
Wheels filling
That's how
up.
you know
we
you
got
worked in too many
cards and
clubs.
stuff to give away today.
You know what else is filling up, Maz?
What's up?
The accolades for our Detroit Pistons.
That's it.
Did you see 3 of them? Maybe
How about
doing
it?
something?
NBA
Why don't you
awards?
walk us through the NBA awards?
I will. Look at those NBA awards. They're all beautiful there. The only ones we really care about are most improved player. You know who's on there?
Cade
None
Cunningham.
other than Cade Cunningham. Malik Beasley, the 6th man of the year. Who's he going up against there?
Hey, let me
The
zoom
sixth
in on
man
that
of the
for you,
year?
Tommy. I'll
Peyton
zoom in on it
Pritchard
for you,
and
buddy.
Ty Jerome.
Hang on,
Oh, we
guys.
got that.
There
we got that
go.
in the bag. Malik Beasley's definitely winning that
There
one.
we go.
JB Bickerstaff might have a hard time beating out Kenny Atkinson of the Cleveland Cavaliers for Coach of the Year, but 3 of our guys in the mix for an NBA award. The only one they really want is beat the Knicks and move on to the second round. That's what they want.
Yeah, but as a city that's been snuffed on Coach of the Year with Dan Campbell the past 2 years,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to see JB Bickerstaff get some love. I mean, what more do you have to do than do something that's never been done in NBA history? Triple your win total from year to year.
Yep.
Like, what else do you need to put on a resume besides I took over this team and they won 3 times the amount of games? So much so that our star player is also up for an award, and I got a 6th man because of the way I play him. JB Bickerstaff should run away with Coach of the Year. Run away with
I
it.
agree.
I agree.
Dan Campbell was not rewarded for what he did with the Lions
was not.
franchise, and he should have been, maybe even twice. And there is absolutely no one anywhere near as deserving of the Coach of the Year award as JB. But let me give you a spoiler right now. He's not going to win it. I mean, it's highway robbery. But that's kind of the way that they look at Detroit. We've never been a team that really wins award unless your name is Dennis Rodman and Ben Wallace.
D Eagle 313's on the board as
he
well.
is.
I said
He's in.
Cade's going to get 35 tonight. I agree.
He needs to.
I agree. He might not get 35, but he's going to get more than 25 tonight. I really believe.
He needs to be the best player on the court.
Agreed.
Just period. End of story.
Agreed.
Like there is no debate. If you're the man, be the man. KJ Holiday, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Like that was one of the greatest quotes I was ever told in my life. Ricky can attest to it. I was doing the promotions department for Mix 92.3. Put on a big concert going on at the Fisher, like that park right across from the Fisher. Right, that
Same
little
park?
auditorium park. No, at off Grand River.
It's called. I think that's the Fisher Theater.
I
isn't
think
it?
it's Fisher.
It's official theater, but across from it, there's a little amphitheater.
Okay.
Oh, right on.
But either way, we
Oh,
were doing
yeah,
a Mix
that's
92.3 event.
Yeah.
Booked all the talent, booked all the hotel rooms, got the limo rides set for all this.
Yeah.
We're standing there about 7 o'clock. I'm looking at KJ. KJ's looking at
Who
me.
was
I'm
the
like,
PD?
I'm like, who's gonna? Yeah, KJ's the PD of Mix
Yeah.
92.3. I'm like, who's gonna start the concert? And he just looks at me. He's like, I thought you were the man. And I was like, what? He's like, you planned this, didn't you? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, if you're the man, go be the man.
Right.
And honestly, like something snapped in my brain, like holy hell.
Yeah, I
It's
gotta
so
do it all.
simple, but
Yeah.
it makes so much. Like if
Yeah.
you're gonna talk, if you're gonna do everything, if you're gonna claim to be the man, you gotta go be the man.
Yeah.
And tonight, Cade Cunningham has to be the man on the court to take care of everything, and maybe he'll get his most improved play.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole game has to go through his control. What I liked in the first half with him, even though he wasn't playing that well, was how well he involved everybody else. And we've seen that from guys like Kobe and Jordan in the past, and I'm putting him some serious company right now. But in playoff games, those guys in the first half, they didn't come out and try and take the game over.
Right.
They tried to get their teammates involved and get the flow going. When they needed him in that third quarter, which, to be honest with you, I was most worried about how this young team would respond after playing so well through one half, if they could come out and bring that energy in the third. I was not only impressed, but I was a little shocked at how well they played in that third quarter. When it comes down to that fourth quarter, I don't need 35 points out of Cade. I need control, I need tempo, and I need confidence. And he was just forcing the issue, and he didn't understand how to respond to the change in defense that they brought. They brought a whole different scheme in that fourth quarter. He's going to have to identify that, and whether it's 35 points or picking up the rest of his team, he has to be the best player on the floor tonight, and he was not on Saturday.
So what do you think is his minimal points scored for them to get a win? Like
27 points.
27 is
Yes,
your baseline.
He's got to score 25 or more. I think 27, the high 20s. But hey, let's see him affect the game from the rebounding side more. He had 12 assists. And that was mostly in the first half. He was setting guys up.
Well, he was a triple-doubles guy this year. Double-doubles for sure.
Yeah. I need to see more rebounds out of him. We need to see a large rebound advantage, at least 5 or 6, maybe even a double digit. I think we were even last game.
Maz, what's your point basement?
Yeah,
for Cade
I
in
said
this
he's got to be 25 or more.
25 or more.
But I also believe there's other guys that got to step up. And I think I love Jalen Duren. I need to see him in the game more. I see, JB takes him out a lot. I'd like to give him more time on the court. And I love what Dennis Schroeder brought in the second half as well. I'd give Dennis Schroeder, hey, if Cade's not on his A game, get Schroeder in there. Playoff experience. He can hit the three, especially if he's open. And he plays great defense. I'm so happy that they traded for him at the deadline. He was a great acquisition for them.
I agree. He's been serviceable, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Great, I think it's a stretch. But he's been serviceable.
He's a playoff guy.
He's steady
Well, that's
in
the thing.
influence.
He's a vet. He's got
Yeah.
some experience in the playoffs and in, obviously, the Olympic Games, too, with Germany
Yeah.
when they beat the hell out of Team USA. What was that, like
Maybe he's
08?
got to go to blonde hair again. Remember
Yeah,
when he was
he
blonde?
needs that
Forgot
MC
about
Hammer
that.
backup
Yeah.
dancer die
Bring the
spot.
blonde back.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask Anson this because I think he watched more basketball than you did this weekend. What team
that supposed to mean?
surprised you the most? Well, you had dates with Dr. Corey.
That's right.
He didn't.
Oh, he just got both of y'all so fast.
How is it possible to insult both of us with the same compliment?
That was the most
Experience.
dirty thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
He got both of y'all so quick.
I got experience.
That was great.
I gotta be honest with you, I missed it.
I know, it was fast. Both
missed
of you
it.
got complimented and insulted within like 30 seconds.
Oh,
missed
man,
it.
well done.
For me, honestly, it was the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
You know, I felt that I've told you guys, I thought that trade, they were going to be exposed the moment they switched over to playoff basketball. Because you can be all finesse and all offense during the regular season and get away with it, especially when you have two of the best offensive players we've seen in the last 20 years. But you have a matador out in front in Luka. And, I mean, the guy's trying to guard Ant-Man? Are you kidding me? I expected the refs to keep that game so much closer, but the Timberwolves didn't even allow that to happen. The Timberwolves are a hell of a defensive team. I mean, they are so good defensively, and if they can hit shots, I don't know how the NBA will allow it for the Lakers and the Knicks to not be in the second round, but those are the two matchups that we could really see upsets in.
oh my God.
I know you do.
I want the T-Wolves to win more than I want the Pistons to win.
Of course you do.
Just to get rid of you-know-who.
Luca?
No,
Why do you hate Luca?
I don't.
Why do you hate foreign people, man?
I don't.
I thought the Magic were going to play the
Why you
Celtics
hate
tighter.
foreigners,
Change
man?
the subject matter.
America!
I did think I was surprised that the Grizzlies, after playing through the play-in tournament,
Yeah.
not having days
I'm
off.
so happy they got
Talk
blasted
about a
too.
surprise.
53? Was it 53 they
They
lost?
lost by
Yeah.
51, but I
I'm
think
so happy they got faced.
I was surprised.
once again, that's where you can call Ja Morant out, right?
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
Like, you can't say you're a superstar, and you can't say you're one of the best in the league when your team loses by 51
And
points.
then watching
You
him
lose
joke
that run.
around on the sideline at the end of the game after
Yeah.
he's getting just rolled over, I don't
Right.
get it. For me, I think that the Warriors can get past the Rockets.
How
Just,
about my Dubs?
I mean, it's
If Braylon was
that-
here, he'd be
that-
crapping all over me again.
that should be reversed. They should be the 7th seed, and the Warriors should be the 2 seed. Not that the Warriors are that good, but
The Rockets.
It
And the-
reminds me so much of this series with the Pistons. You've got a Rockets team that's ready to be the team of now, but they're certainly the team of the future.
Yes.
But the savvy of that Warriors team, they could certainly get by them even as a 7th seed.
I mean, they beat him pretty good. In Houston.
Oh yeah.
Beat him good. Boston, no problem. They
thought
beat the
that was
Magic.
closer.
OKC just laughed it over the Grizz, as we talked about. Cavs beat the Heat 121-100. Cavaliers should have no problems in that game. These are the playing teams. They should not win a couple of games at max.
Right.
Max against the number 1 and number 2 teams. So tonight you got one game on the docket. It's the Nuggets. In overtime, they beat the Clippers the other day.
What?
They play the Clips again.
What do you mean one game on the... There's a Pistons game tonight.
Well, besides our Piston
Oh,
game.
okay.
Sorry. I thought we already established that the Pistons were playing.
Tonight we got one game on the docket.
One game.
One game.
By the way, Cooper Flagg has declared for the NBA draft.
Ukulele
I love
update.
you, Maz.
Cooper Flagg
Yeah.
is coming out.
Failed in college.
Right.
$65 million contract he's going to walk into.
No.
Which team is going to get him? That's the question.
It's already written down in stone, and he is a member of the Twin Towers.
No,
2.0
no,
in San Antonio.
No.
Put money on it.
I agree.
No.
Put money on it.
No way. No way in hell.
Oh, yeah.
Who's in the lottery?
Doesn't matter.
I want to know.
The Spurs are.
I know. Don't they have 2 lottery shots?
That's all it takes.
God
When
bless.
you got Adam Silver pulling
Right.
ping pong
Pulling
balls.
strings for you.
You got the Wizards.
They don't even do the ping pong ball anymore in
I know.
public.
Yeah, no,
They
they-
just give you envelopes.
These are
You got the-
Anson's a major conspiracy theorist.
Yes,
in
he
the
is.
NBA.
No, I get it.
Yes,
So
he is.
with
I don't
that being
blame him.
said, Anson, the dunk that they called back in this last game for the Pistons, do you think that had something to do with New York?
Absolutely.
What were you
Absolutely.
thinking when that play happened?
Oh, I mean, I had to walk off camera like 3 times. I was so upset. We at first we thought that we had a dunk and a foul,
Right.
and we just couldn't.
How was the watch party? Were they going nuts?
Well, we were so hype, and then we were so pissed because it's like, well, we had the volume down because copyright, but we couldn't get the explanation. We had to look it up online later on to figure out what the hell happened. We talked about it earlier in the show. I mean, it is just one of the most rare situations ever. I'm pretty sure that it's not reviewable because of the way that it happened. There's not a foul called. There's not an out of bounds. And
How
realistically,
could the ball going through the hoop not be reviewable?
But
Like,
how
shouldn't that
can
at
you-
the very basic in
it
basketball?
wasn't hanging on the
Like
rim.
the
How-
one thing that matters in basketball isn't
Can't review
reviewable.
it.
I've never seen it. A ball go that
I've seen it.
that much in the net come out, but the guy got tackled.
I remember it happened
he
like
pulled his-
10
yeah.
years ago. Someone dunked and it went off the top of their head back through the hoop, and they said it didn't
Okay.
count because it's got to go all the way through the
Yeah,
net.
I think
And
I
that's-
saw that particular.
That was a
one.
long
Yeah.
time ago. But yeah, for it to happen to the Pistons in a playoff game when they like at all times, it was just almost a perfect storm when that
I
happened.
thought it was just the cylinder. It has to clear the cylinder.
No, it's got to go through the netting.
Interesting.
Why are Detroit teams like, susceptible like against the 49ers, balls off the head? What's going on here, man?
That's once again, that's part of what these young NBA fans need to learn watching these games. Like, anything is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back to the Pacers and the Tayshaun Prince block, if you take a still of when that picture started,
Beautiful
you
block.
would have said,
No
"Oh, there's
way.
no way." This is like
Yeah.
Great
weird
block.
things happen in the playoffs, and that's why you cannot let up for the slightest second in the NBA. Or next thing you know, a 21-0 run. You're leading in the Boston or in the Garden. Is it? Yeah,
Madison Square
Square Garden. Sorry, I was thinking Boston Garden. But you're leading in the fourth quarter. Next thing you know, you're down by 13. It's crazy.
Hey, AC says, "Hey, Anson, you think the NBA uses magnets in the rims?" AC is on the rim, on the wheel, by the
He's
way.
on
but
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure they use those down in Ann Arbor.
Well, they're going to be using them this year with Trey McKinney shooting that thing.
That's your
Shout out
boy.
Trey McKinney, Team USA.
They've had a very nice offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, losing Danny Wolf, one of my, I don't want to say it, but favorite players in college basketball. They're losing him, but what they did in the transfer portal, pretty impressive. No, I look at that game and listen. I mean, the NBA has interest in seeing the 2 biggest market teams in the league advance out of the first round. And, I think that if that 21-0 run happens in the third quarter, that's a winnable game.
Still, yeah.
For
you
the
got
Pistons.
time to recover. Right.
Absolutely. But the way that it goes down, it's so important for these guys to learn about playoff momentum. It doesn't just carry a team. It carries the officials, too. Officials get caught up in momentum, and when the crowd's going and the other team seems to have a little bit more energy, those Zebras are just a little more liable to whistle in their favor. So I am a conspiracy theorist. I've looked at that damn play so many times.
And you think that was?
I'm still going to look at the rules to find out about that net rule because I thought it was a cylinder. But on the fly, with the way that thing happened, I just don't know how you make that call. call.
How did they not blow the whistle on that play? Blow the whistle. It's either a foul or something.
There was some sort of contact.
It's a foul in Detroit.
There was something.
It's a foul in Detroit, not in game one, in the fourth quarter when the home team, which happens to be the New York Knicks, is down. So hopefully I thought it was a pretty balanced whistle if you look at the numbers, free throws and actual fouls and everything. But I got to say this, OG Anunoby had 8 fouls in that game. That's for sure. He was hanging all
and a
over
bunch of threes.
But that's a guy who I don't know if the Pistons truly factored in, especially when B. Stu went down, because what did he play in 2 of the 4 games they played in this season?
No, he didn't play in the last one.
Well, the last one, you can't even count. Like, it was, 2 games before the end of the regular season, just kind of a throwaway game.
But neither team had their spot. They could
Right.
New York could have lost the 3 seed, but they played without Josh Hart, and they played without OG. I've been saying it for a week. I think that OG is the absolute X factor of this series. Yes, you get a nice game from Cam Payne. You might get another nice game from McBride off the bench. But I think that it all comes down to that third option for the Knicks. Cat's going to get his, and of course Bronny's going to get his as well. But if OG's playing the way that he did in game 1, could be a very tough series for these Detroit Pistons.
What did I tell you last week that everybody was kind of taking the Knicks lightly? Didn't I say, like, the whole narrative was, they took care of them during the regular. Oh, this is the best matchup the Pistons could have gotten. And no, it's not.
I do think
it's really
that
not.
I think personnel-wise, it's the best matchup. I don't think that we are emotionally or personnel ready for the Pacers. We don't match up well with the Bucks. We just can't stop Giannis. Now, maybe without Dame, it'd be a little bit of a different story. But to me, that was the matchup. I love the way that this matchup looked in game 1, and I think that this matchup will suit the Pistons through the rest of the series. It's just a matter of whether they can play above their age and JB can make the adjustments on the fly in order to beat this experienced Knicks team.
I trust you, JB Bickerstaff. You've turned this team around in one season. You can turn it around in the playoffs in one game. He knows what the hell he's doing. Just like Mark White, right? Mark White knows what he's doing.
Mark White's my guy.
Yeah.
Everyone. Mark White is everybody's guy because you know the scoop, guys. Dreaming of a new home, but feeling a financial pinch? Well, Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 in your pocket. Give Mark White and his team a call today, 248-290-8242. Visit them online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Woodward Sports.
I know you're tired of the same old Detroit sports merch, man. It's a new era of sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Check out shop.woodwardsports.com. Hoodies, tees, hats. I was actually checking out the golf gear earlier this week, man. You might want to... Hey, Stick, do I get a discount? I didn't mean to ask that. I do?
I'll tell you the code after.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, I'm going to get you don't get a discount, but the prices are fair. I was actually shocked. The prices are very, very fair. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Get your Pistons gear, get your Red Wings gear, Tigers, Lions, everything you need. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Tees, hoodies, we got you.
All right, welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz right here on Woodward Sports. I'm still looking for that rule about the ball going through the hoop. I want to clarify that with you, but I know it's a rule, Anson. I will find it. I will find it and present that to you with facts. Maz, you want to talk a little NFL?
I do.
Better be
Football.
starting off with some Lions.
Let's go.
Big trades, big moves. Who is starting? Who's injured?
Over to Maz and Fox.
It's time for Around the NFL on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
All right, fellas, let's start you off in the city of Chicago, the second city as they call it. The Cubs were playing yesterday.
Ooh.
Guess who threw out the first pitch?
Copyright, sorry, brother. Copyright, brother. Sorry, man. Copyright on that one.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't play because it was from the broadcast, my friend.
Boo.
How about playing it if we're on it?
Why are we still talking about
I
this
have to
traitor?
All right, Benedict, what's his
Sorry
name?
about that.
Johnson.
Osama Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson threw out the first pitch. Actually, he came sidearm. It was a pretty good delivery. Pretty good delivery. Much better than Kenta Maeda, I might add. Anyway, I was going to make fun of his throw.
I'm sorry about that,
This
guys.
is copyrighted,
I better tell you,
and we can't show it to you. So enough of Ben Johnson.
Yeah, way to plan it out.
No, that's on me. That's on me. That's on me, Tommy.
Maz is the producer. It's on him.
Just close your eyes and imagine.
I took responsibility, Tom.
While
I love
Maz
you,
is
bro.
Maz, why don't you act it out for us?
No, I'm good.
No, I want to say what was the throwing motion?
The throwing motion was
That was great. Yes. Put that in the intro, please. That's as close to the intro.
There it is.
there it was. That was Ben Johnson.
It's like, ah.
Now, the guy he took with him, another Benedict Arnold, is Coach Antoine Randall, who is now the Bears wide receiver coach. So he went on last week. Yeah, that was a good throw. I just saw myself 30 seconds behind. That was not
Quit
bad.
watching yourself, you narcissist.
I'm not watching the show. I'm watching us.
That would have been a strike
You're
for
just
sure.
watching yourself.
I'm
Just
watching
his
us.
delivery.
I happen to be here. Nonetheless, Randall L. said he liked Rome Odunze the best last year out of all the wide receivers.
The biggest thing with Rome is like he has the height, and as tall as he is, the length that he has, he can drop his weight and get in and out of his route. So that was good to see, and he was one of my top guys the previous year. Everybody had Harrison, I think, first, and then the kid Neighbors, who's at New York, but I had Rome first, so it's good. And I called his coach, Shep, who's in Washington, can we get him? And then it didn't work out in Detroit, but I'm glad he's here because here we go. So, yeah, excited about those two guys. And I'm
What do you got to say to Randall L.?
Blah, blah, blah. What else is he supposed to say? I didn't want my guy now?
I had him
Yeah.
ranked
Honestly,
fourth.
I didn't
Yeah.
really believe much in this guy before I'm coaching it. Like,
Yeah.
he's got to suck up to him.
Right.
Like, all those guys that went to Chicago.
It just kills me to see these guys in Bears gear.
Why? They're going to
Right.
fall flat on their face
No, they're
without
not.
Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's systems.
Well, I hope you're right.
No, I know I'm right.
All right.
Some guys aren't built to be the leader. They're built to be the number two, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely number.
But, I mean, how many Bill Belichick disciples went and really took off in the NFL?
Not many.
You know, how many? You've seen this story. It's a tale as old as time, and I can't wait for it to happen to the Chicago Bears again. A bad quarterback, another bad head coach. They're going to cancel the offensive coordinator after year one, fire everybody. Like, this is what the Bears do. They tank careers of quarterbacks and head coaches, even if they are brilliant head coaches coming in. So, yeah, have fun with it.
And they got a stupid stadium. I was gonna throw that in there. I hate
Yeah,
that
it looks
place.
like a damn spaceship flew into the
on the side of a
Coliseum.
lake, and you got to walk a mile. It's horrible.
Yeah,
You gotta throw that in.
Chicago sucks in general. I lived in Chicago. I don't
yeah,
like
city
Chicago. I don't like the people of Chicago. They're
Boy.
fake tough guys. They used to be like a blue-collar city. Now they're just a wannabe New York. Think they're
Boy.
classier than they really are. Like, they're
Right.
horrible.
Boy.
Chicago's a horrible place to live. It's horrible.
Boy.
Horrible.
Great place to visit.
And I lived right downtown by Merchant Smart and right by Harry Carey's and all that stuff. I was right downtown.
How do we have opposite views of this?
Well, Chicago,
I think Chicago is wonderful.
Have you ever lived there?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's one of the
I
places
have
to visit.
family there. I go a lot. I love it.
To me, Chicago's a great place to abuse for the weekend and then get the hell out.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a
That's
part
what
of
I
it
do.
for the long
That's
haul.
what I do.
That's just my view of when I live there. Like, I'm a Detroit boy. I like driving my car. I like parking in front of my house. I like barbecues in my backyard on real grass. Like, there's a lot that Chicago can offer you in that aspect.
You have to go to the suburbs.
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
not Chicago, though. That's Schaumburg, and that's all those other places.
Schaumburg.
But Detroit,
Lincoln Park.
there's not a lot of places that you're going to be cooking out in Detroit.
Oh, there's so many. Detroit is set up completely different from Chicago. There's no mass transportation, so everybody does drive a car, and even the parking's better here. The surrounding area of Detroit, which is closer to the downtown area, is mostly houses. It's not Cabrini Green project housing. There isn't north and
true.
south that's separated by a street literally called Division. Like, Chicago is the most
Right.
racist place I've ever been to.
Thing?
on
That
the planet.
underground thing is weird too. Where
What's
you get
that?
Lost. What's the underground stuff you get lost in down there? I forget what it's called.
You're
That's
driving
weird.
under the city.
Yeah,
like-
that's
the under
wild.
the city.
Let's
that's
not
right.
even talk about their city-designed outer rim,
Well, and
which
also
is basically a movement of certain races into a certain area.
Oh yeah, it's the most racist city
It
I've
is.
ever been to.
And-
Like,
and you know
well, how
what?
many concerts has me and you? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
Anson.
no, I go ahead.
How many concerts have me and you been to, Ricky, together between JLB, Channel 955, Mix 92.3? It's
Yeah.
all races. It's everybody,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
I went to a Common concert in
I'm
Chicago.
shocked to hear this.
Common at where was it? The House of Blues.
Okay.
I'm just a white boy at the Common concert.
Yeah.
You go here,
That's
it's
yeah,
normal.
exactly.
In Chicago, literally someone came up to me and asked me what I was doing there. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's great. That's wild.
Yeah, it was for
Yeah,
a
I've never
WGCI. He was getting an
Okay.
award when I was
Yeah.
out there working for 103.5.
Okay.
Also, don't forget that all the
Kiss
money.
FM.
Also, don't forget that all the money you pay for parking goes to India, Abu Dhabi, for the next 55 years. I'm not kidding.
And let's just face it,
They get all the parking money.
Detroit too, Pete.
Chicago,
Didn't they sell the whole contract for like
Chicago
$5?
is a
Think so.
subpar sports town, and they think they are God's gift in the nation to every one of the leagues. And realistically, their baseball teams have been trash for as long as we can remember.
One win in 100 years.
Blackhawks-
2 wins in 100
Yeah, I was
years.
gonna say.
Blackhawks just a touch of success. The
Blackhawks.
Bears have had 1-2 good seasons
Curse
in
of the goat.
80, 90 years.
Curse of the goat.
You know, I mean, honestly, if you don't have Michael Jordan, you got nothing. And they're all delusional, and they all don't realize how subpar of a sports
And look
town
what they
Chicago
did to Isaiah
is.
Thomas.
a
Isaiah
city-
Thomas was a son of Chicago, the
Exactly.
best product to ever come out of Chicago for basketball, and they shunned him.
But he went to Detroit.
I don't care. They have no loyalty. If a Detroit boy went and succeeded anywhere, look at Sauce Gardner. We all rep Sauce because of what he's doing in New York. None of us care about the Jets. We root for him. Jerome Bettis played for the Steelers
Yeah.
when he got here. What was the whole city behind Jerome Bettis?
Yes.
Exactly. So like it's just a different. They're a different breed out there in
Okay.
Chicago, and they ain't my breed. I
All
don't
right.
like them.
No doubt.
agree.
They closed Arlington Park anyway, so I have no reason to go back.
Oh,
No
I went
reason
to
to
a
go
White
back.
Sox
Forget that.
game once and got into a little bit of a scuffle in the stands.
Close
But what a
Arlington
weird
Park.
stadium. They section it off. Like, you're only allowed, if you have tickets in the outfield, there's no way to go walk around the stadium. Like, it's all sectioned.
That's a huge error that they made, but building that stadium.
Right.
They're trying to move. It's just a matter of money, obviously.
That's one of my favorite things about Comerica Park is just
Oh, yeah, you
getting
can
up,
walk all
taking a
around it.
lap
You just walk
around,
in,
getting
yeah.
a drink up on the patio,
Yeah.
throwing my arm out at the speed tester. Like,
Amen.
you can't do that in Chicago.
What you top out at?
Oh, now I have no idea.
Throwing
Brady
my
topped
arm
out
out.
at opening day. Brady topped out at like 78.
Really?
Solid.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Brady Wood, bring in the wood.
Yeah, Brady Wood.
How about it? Hey, another guy that's looking for something. It's in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
I like Philly.
All right, it's A.J. Brown. Now, A.J. Brown had his car stolen. Stick, I need you to put your ears on for this. This is A.J. Brown talking to the city of brotherly love, saying, listen, give me my car back and we're good. Check it out.
Come on, Philly. Come on, man. You stole my whip last night. Come on, man. I'll make a deal with you, bro. To whoever you are. Which I'm going to find out soon. I'll make a deal with you, bro. Just bring the whip back, bro. I won't press charges, bro. Just bring the whip back, bro. And you can go on about your day. But if I find you, come on, bro. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. And I'm gonna come in the interrogation room. I might see about you, my boy. Like, I'm on that. But just bring the whip back, bro. You smooth with it, though. You pulled up at 342. You got up out of there at 345. You fast on your feet. Real fast. I'm gonna show you how fast I am on my feet. Yeah. Real talk. Like, this finna get done today. Like, bro, so you might as well pull back up, bro. Drop that out, bro.
So what happens when he finds out that it was Jalen Hurts who arranged his car to be stolen for revenge of what happened at the end of 2023 season? We know, you know what I'm talking about, Philadelphia Eagles.
Nah, it was
that just reminded me of Juju Smith-Schuster when he got his bike stolen.
Oh, that's right.
No,
he put out
don't.
a TikTok video like, just bring back my bike. But honestly, what the hell is AJ Brown gonna do?
I know, that's pretty
Right,
funny.
he's talking a lot like he's not. We don't know you play professional football.
Right.
I'm gonna pull up on you, my boy.
Right.
You ain't
No, you're
pulling
not.
up. Like,
You
be
got
smart
practice.
about it. And if you are, like, if you were a real gangster, you wouldn't say a thing.
Yeah, right.
You just post a video of you with some black Air Forces on and say, going to get my truck back.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Right.
we'd all know what it meant.
No, got it back.
Right, got my truck back.
Hey, we got a super chat in from Michael DeVries.
You got 2 entries.
$5. It's going to get you a couple shots at these cards here. As someone who has relatives in Chicago, it's even worse than you guys think.
Yeah.
Now, listen, guys, we got some more time for you to get your super chats in to get an opportunity to win this stack of cards, the V-Friend card,
be on the wheel.
signed Braylon rookie. But listen, we only got 73 likes. I need 27 of you to hit that like button. Get us over 100. I got a little stack of more cards
400
that I
people
will
watching.
add
Hit the look.
in here.
How much mailing you want me to do?
Well, they all go in one
Okay.
envelope,
Would you
my
guys
friend.
like to
So,
see
yeah,
an update of the wheel?
smash that like button for us and get those super chats in. You still got a little bit more time.
Would you like to see an update? Oh, let me save the wheel and get it updated for everybody, and then I'll put it up there.
Oh, and just to let you know, 61% of Woodward chat Detroit sports fans, they'd be watching the Pistons.
That means 34% be hanging out with me.
I don't know what kind of math you're doing, but yeah, that would be 39,
What'd you say?
61.
Oh, 61, then 39. All right. Yeah, they be hanging out with me. I'm okay with that. 40% of the people?
If they knew that if they knew
people.
that they got to hang out with you, it'd probably be a higher percentage.
There we go.
Can I show an uptate of the wheel?
Can win me
Please.
over with flattery.
There you go. Here's what it currently looks like.
So what are we looking at, Pete?
Here's what it currently looks like.
What is this? Phil!
So this is
Phil!
how it currently stands with our entries. Rando Small with 2, Phil with 8, Michael Weary with 1, D Eagle 313 with 2, AC with 1, Michael DeVries with 2.
Nice.
There we go. We're up to 80. 20 more likes, guys. Let's
We
see
need to
'em.
put Anson's face on that wheel.
It's coming up. I'm working on that right now. Way ahead of you, Tom.
Put the heckler face on that
Hey.
one.
I'm already. Wait, stop.
My man.
Come on. Stop
My
reading
man.
my
Yo, man, he
mind.
took his idea.
Hey, another wide receiver in the news. It's CeeDee Lamb, who says he spends $1.3 million on health and wellness just
Good for him.
for his body. And Pete, you can read that for me because my eyes are
CeeDee
shot.
Lamb says he spends $1.3 million per year on ice baths, red light therapy, hyperbaric chambers, and
Careful with
more for his body and health. Every 2 weeks is $50,000. There's 52 weeks in a year, and there's your number, Tom.
I would do the same thing.
How much does he make a
1.3.
year? What's his contract?
Didn't he get paid?
I think he got
you go.
paid. Yeah, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is that? Like
30 million?
10% of his
Probably
contract?
makes 30
grand
million
every
a
2
year.
10% of his
weeks.
contract?
Yeah.
To
He's
keep himself
investing
healthy
in
and-
himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Health
Still
is the
pretty
best
cool.
investment you can make.
Still a lot of
I
money.
would do the
huh?
same.
It's a lot of money, but he's got a
Kobe
lot of
spent
money.
even more to take care of his body.
All right. I'll get 2 massages a day.
We should.
I would
Good
too.
for you. My back.
Hell yeah. Hey, you know the Washington Commanders play in one of the worst stadiums, if not the worst stadium in the league at FedEx Field. It's been
Yes.
falling apart for years. The old RFK Stadium is still standing. It's just full of weeds right now, but that place used to rock. Guess what? They have gotten the okay to start spending some money, $3 billion worth of money, on a new RFK Stadium that they're going to put up most of the money. So this is a
What?
Washington franchise.
So are they redoing it?
No, they're going to knock it down and do a new one.
Okay.
At
And
RFK
they're actually
Stadium
gonna
where
pay
it
for
stands,
it.
the old stadium where the Redskins played.
Yep.
FedEx Field right now is where the Commanders play. So they're going to leave Landover, Maryland, where that is,
Yep.
or just outside of D.C., and move back into D.C. proper.
The one away
in a
game
bunch
I've
of
ever been
years.
to in the NFL was at RFK, and that thing was trash. Absolute trash.
But it
was
rocked,
horrible.
man. When you went to that stadium, you felt it shaking.
Yeah,
You felt it shaking.
Do you guys think Ford Field needs a redo? Like needs a revamp? Like these,
Not yet.
Can you believe these stadiums are 25
I
years
know.
old?
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's still-
25 is a long
It is.
time.
It still looks relatively new.
Yeah.
I love the warehouse feel of it. The only thing, obviously, I wish they had was a retractable dome. That would have been really, really smart because our weather is great, right? Our weather is good into December. You can play
that would be-
outdoor football.
If you could make one change, one upgrade
Yes.
at Ford Field, we're playing Madden. What's it going to be?
I would have done a retractable roof.
Like right now, I'm saying you gotta add an upgrade. You go retractable roof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anson, what are you adding to Ford Field?
They already
Not
did the
mad at that.
TVs. Well, the TVs need updating too.
So I got a trivia question to answer this question. How many teams have won a Super Bowl that didn't play in a full-time dome?
0.
I mean, the Patriots,
Well, you got to go back.
There's only 2 teams.
The Steelers.
Chiefs.
No.
Seahawks,
I'm saying
Chiefs.
a team that has won that played in a full-time dome.
Played
okay.
in a full-time
Rams,
dome.
Saints.
And
Rams.
both of
Rams.
those
St. Louis Rams.
championships were won in their own stadium in the Super Bowl. No one else
New Orleans?
has ever won. Now, the Colts are kind of the asterisk, but they have a retractable dome. So for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm going to agree with Mr. Mass.
Bam.
Give us
Okay.
that retractable, man.
Pete, what you adding?
To Ford Field?
Yep.
I'm adding at least 10,000 to 20,000 more seats. The roof's
Making
not
it
the
bigger?
problem. It's about getting the fans in the door. The fans want to see the product, man. You're going to need to make a bigger stadium, man. If you build it, they will come.
That's a new problem that the Lions are
I know, but that's a
having.
good- that's a
when they
good
built
new
Ford
problem.
Field. I mean,
They used to have the biggest stadium in the
it
league.
was
Right.
80,000
Yeah.
at the Silverdome,
Yeah.
right?
That's
a
why they had a
good-
hard time selling it out.
It's a
That's
good
why Art
problem
Van
to have.
had to come and help us.
You could pull up on a Sunday when they were blacking out games and
Yes.
get $10 tickets.
Totally,
Right.
man.
Those
Every
days
week
are
at
gone.
Monday, I would go to the Dome. I'd stand in line for my $15 bleacher seat.
Yep.
Where were the bleachers? Lower level
Lower
corner
level.
of the end zone.
Yep.
That's right.
Fabulous.
Great seats.
Best seats in the house. $15.
That's crazy.
They were great.
Love
I
it.
sat
Off
right
in the
behind.
bathroom is where boys became men.
Right.
I sat right behind.
That's
the,
right.
Look down
Get in
and it's
the
a
boys'
row
room.
of the,
It just
things.
yeah, right.
I sat right
Get
behind
in
the
where you fit
hangmen. remember the hangmen?
Oh
I
yeah.
sat right next to those guys.
Yeah, the guy
Yep.
waving the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
that
still has
used to-
Ford Field.
I
Every
know he
once in a
does. I
while.
don't know if it's the same guy or not.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gotta be. Who else would put a
Gotta
jersey
be.
on a weird
That
skeleton?
punches it?
A blow up skeleton.
Yeah, they used to just bang it against the walls.
I remember going to a game at the Silverdome, and these big fat guys were sitting in front of me, and every time one of their friends went down the stairs, they go boom baba boom baba as he walked, and like they just they were peeing all game, grabbing beers all game, so all game long someone be walking up at you, just a big fat guy going boom baba boom baba. Oh man, the Silverdome was something special.
Yeah, so
It was. Hey, shout out to Burn, $5 in the chat. We're getting the Knicks back tonight. And another shout out to Life with
Boy, I
Chris,
didn't see
bro. I
Burn.
mess with Stick Man, but him and that dude next to him. My name is Anson, by the way. Real Detroit guys, man. Salute to both of them. Chris from the East. Life with Chris, shout out, man. You are in the raffle.
We got
to
a
get
heck of a
yourself
wheel.
some cards.
We could spin the wheel when we come back from
Yeah.
our break.
That's a
Let's
good
give them
point.
as much time as we can. We'll spin the wheel right at about 3:55. Is that okay?
But we still need to take a break.
Up to you.
So we got a little
Your
over
wheel.
10 minutes. I don't know where we're at on the likes. I know we're over 80. Get me to 100 likes. Get this show to 100 likes, guys, and I'll add a little bit more love into that pile of cards.
And let me tell you about Caesar Sportsbook, right?
That's right, everybody. You got to scan that QR code above my head and use that code word over there. Woodward 1000. Open up your brand new Caesar Sportsbook account. NBA playoff season is here. You got to make some draft predictions as well. You can do that on their website. Do some future picks. Head to Caesar Sportsbook when you make your first deposit and your first bet. If your first bet happens to lose, you'll get that first bet back as a 2K bonus bet up to $1,000, but only if you scan the QR code up there and use that code word up there, Woodward1000, with your brand new Caesar Sportsbook account. We'll be right back.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Oh yeah, everybody. We are the numero uno sports digital platform on the entire globe, and we have 6 ways for you to watch. You can watch over there through YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Come like, share, join, subscribe. We're now 7 days a week. Everybody out there on Woodward Sports, come be a part of our family. We love you. Come join us on Woodward Sports.
Hey, what's going on, Pete? Sorry.
Are you fine?
We got a couple super chats here.
Sir.
Address that, then I want to talk a little bit about the NFL draft and what Rod Woods said about Green Bay.
Okay, real quick, guys. We're going to stop the entries at 3:50, so you've got just a couple more minutes. Shout out middle-aged sneaker chick. I'm just trying my luck. Fingers crossed. Love you guys. Go Pistons. And, of course, a regular in the super chat, my man Byrne. Also, shout out to the Knicks fans who showed up Saturday. They talk smack, but they're not dumb basketball fans. Fun banner in the chat with them. Yeah, everybody from New York that showed up in the post-game chat, appreciate you guys. We'll be doing it again tonight after the Pistons game.
Nice.
Just a couple more minutes, and you guys did get us to 100 likes. Woo! So I'm going to add a couple extra ones in here. My man Stick, what do you got for us?
Well, first of all, I can appreciate the Knicks fans being polite. Mm-hmm. They won.
Yeah.
Wait till they lose a game and let's see the tone of them. Because it's going to go just like it did with Lions.
Bike Queens fans?
We were cute. Oh, you went from worst to winning a few games. Oh, Pistons, it's cute. Once you start ripping hearts out of teams, you become the enemy real fast.
No doubt.
Speaking of enemies, the Green Bay Packers are hosting the draft this year.
Yes. The parking lot.
It's not going to go well. Listen, I get the majesty of frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. I understand it, what it means to the game, and all of that. No, I have not been.
I will never go.
But
Be careful,
I understand civil logistics, and I understand that there is no hotels. There's really no place to actually have a draft.
Is it in the neighborhood?
Wait a second.
Isn't Lambeau like next to a
It's
neighborhood?
in the
Yes, it
neighborhood.
is.
It'd be going to like Keyworth for DCFC and hosting the NFL draft there.
Yeah.
Now last year, Detroit puts 750,000 people in downtown Detroit. This year, there is no way Green Bay is going to touch that. And according to Rod Wood, this is from Will Birchfield, I don't think that they will ever top it. There's no way Green Bay will come close. They'll finish second or they'll finish third like they did last year. So I love that, taking a little shot at them. But, yeah, nobody's going to touch 750, especially small-town Green Bay. Even though those hillbillies, that's all they have is their football team.
Pittsburgh's got a shot next year.
You think Pittsburgh?
They got a
Good
shot.
city. Man,
Pittsburgh is a good city.
Did you just tell 6 Mile Stick to be careful in Green Bay?
Be careful about talking about Lambeau.
Why?
Why?
Because it's beautiful.
Is it?
So be careful.
Seating.
It's amazing stadium.
Careful out there,
With
Stick.
amazing fans.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they? This
I had
like
about
gun to your head
I had
right now?
half those fans coming at me on Twitter earlier this season, and then they had that whole guy that set up the dude at the Eagles by recording him and crowdfunded him so a Packers fan could go to Philly to
there's
instigate
there's
stuff.
always some
I have zero
idiots.
respect for Green Bay and their fans.
Yeah.
and
All
it's
right.
nice that you got the stadium, but like I said, it's real easy to be a Green Bay fan because all you've done is win, right? But you're not a real fan
Not the
because you've never
70s.
had to deal with adversity.
They didn't win in the 70s.
So we're going to see. We're
And
going to
most of the
see
80s.
here right now in 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 how good of fans Green Bay really is when they're at the bottom of the division perennially.
Wearing cheese on their head.
Yeah, we'll see.
Can you imagine?
They'll show up in their parkas and be cold out there just to watch the Lions come in and stomp them like they've done the past 2 years. So hold on tight, Green Bay. Not only are you going to underperform in the draft, you're going to underperform the next several years.
Grim says I need a drug test. Why, Grim? Have you ever been to Lambeau Field? I'm just telling you, it's a phenomenal stadium to go to. It's a bucket list stadium to go to. One of the best times you will ever have in an NFL game is at Lambeau Field. You don't have to be a fan of the Packers to know that. You just got to love football. You got to love the NFL.
It's on my bucket list, but I got to be honest. Summer at Lambeau sounds a hell of a lot better.
Right.
So I don't mind the idea of that draft. Real quick, shout out Phil. Got a super chat in right before the
Right at the
buzzer.
border.
Another $5 out of him. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow and the rest of the week while
better
I'm here
believe
with
it.
you guys. Pete is going to upload those, and we're going to run that at about 3:55. But I know we got
Yes, sir.
just a little more to talk about before that.
What you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about, Mez?
How
I
about
know
the
what he
Tigers?
wants to talk about.
Tigers and Padres.
Oh, he got it in.
All right, 3-game series.
No one cares about baseball and hockey this week.
Now, wait a second. Do
Oh,
you
my
see this
God.
up here? I got that shirt in 84 at Game 5.
And how'd that?
Love that.
And I love that shirt, but it was so small, and I think it was like 4th grade. We had this project where we
You
had
probably could still fit in it.
I was there
no,
with you.
that's a book.
Oh,
They made us take in grade school that you had to bring in a T-shirt, and you used it as the cover.
got it.
And I'm just putting out
Damn.
a desperate plea to every Detroiter out there that might own one of those shirts. I had a
shirt is
chance to get
definitely
one
on
at a estate sale this past summer, and I got there a little too late. I've never seen another. I am so desperately in need of that shirt. If anybody can hook me up, let me know. But yeah, man, we're going
That's
to be
great.
doing some Padre busting
Yeah,
this week.
the Friars are coming into town for the next 3.
1984,
So
baby.
that should be fun. Good weather. Go down and see a baseball
Tatis
game.
with a career year so far.
I'm heading down there, and 8 o'clock, I'll get the hell out of there and go watch the Pistons. So I'm going to go watch a few innings at least down at
I'm
at the
still in
Copa.
shock. You used to use T-shirts for your books? Like our broke asses always had to use paper bags.
Paper bags.
Yeah.
But a
Well, you know,
T-shirt's
we
pretty
actually-
cool.
We had to nice silk
I mean, that's cool.
It was a whole project day where we brought in a T-shirt, we cut it and
Man,
sized
they
it.
expect these kids to cut up their clothes just for books?
The book I
That
wrote,
sounds
the
crazy.
book inside I wrote actually. So we each all wrote like a story and then booked it. But give me one of those Padre Busters shirts, Chad. I will make it worth your while.
Hey, NHL tonight. We got some.
Oh, come on. You had to get it.
You don't want me to get NHL in? All right, the
If
hell.
we're going to talk NHL, we got to talk about what Dylan Larkin said
Well, I
about
figured
Steve
I'd-
Yzerman.
Yeah.
I figured I'd save
That's
that
the only
tomorrow.
thing that matters.
I'll save that for tomorrow so we could talk about it.
So what are we going to talk now?
I don't want to just
about
throw it
other
out
teams
there.
that nobody here cares about?
I just want to tell you about what happened yesterday and what's coming up tonight.
Are the Red Wings playing?
No, they're not.
Then it doesn't matter.
For the 9th straight year. Canes beat the Devils. They're up 1-0. Leafs over the Sens. They're up 1-0. Knights beat the Wild. They're up 1-0 tonight. Capitals first game against the Canadiens. Jets up
Numbers
1-0. They host the
plummeting.
Blues. Avs and the Stars. Avalanche are leading 1-0. And the Oilers and Kings should be a Jim Dandy tonight. And we'll tell you about
Get your
Dylan.
wall bonds.
We'll
Jim
tell you
Dandy.
about it.
Go.
No,
Maz's
Dandy.
dedication to national teams is never ending. I love you, big guy. I need some serious predictions tonight. We're starting with you, Rick. What's happening at Madison Square Garden Game 2?
I want my Pistons to win it by 5.
You want or you think?
I really want my Pistons to win it by 5. I'm gonna leave it there. Move on to the next person.
Mazikins, what about you,
I'm gonna
baby?
leave it there.
Pistons
I
going to win on a last-second shot by Jalen Duren.
Oh,
Win it by 1.
JD.
Okay.
I like that. Pete.
Complete turnaround tonight. Pistons by 12 in an absolute
boy.
shocker at the Garden. And that's the end of the show.
I don't know, man.
Thank you for watching.
That's why I got him winning by 1.
If Cade Cunningham comes out and is the superstar we all hope and believe he is, Pistons will win this game by 4 points.
Okay.
If he comes out and can't perform in the fourth quarter, I love what you said earlier. He needs to come out the first 2 quarters and facilitate. Get Malik Beasley going. Get Jalen Duren going. Get that. Then when crunch time hits, it's Cade Cunningham. Put on a show. Show them why you're the best in the league. Show them why everybody here in Detroit's so damn excited when you put on those Buffs draft night. It's time to go to work for Cade Cunningham. And if he does, Pistons will win by 4 tonight.
All right.
Bam.
Well, listen, I will be far more realistic, and I will piss you all off when it comes to the Detroit Lions. But the Kool-Aid flows all the time for these boys. No, these boys right here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Pistons win tonight. I don't know by how many.
It's a sweep in the room, huh?
Bad Boys
Sweep the
3.0,
leg.
they
Sweep the leg.
will find a way.
Let's spin the wheel.
Spin the
Spin
wheel,
it.
baby.
Wait, what are we giving away?
Okay, one more time,
Hey.
guys. I got a stack of Pistons, Red Wings, Tigers. I got a little old school Tigers sticker here.
Ooh.
We got some Woodward stickers, Woodward koozie. Braylon Edwards is going to sign this rookie card for you. And don't forget the Gary V Friends card. They're releasing the Topps Chrome V Friends release May 7th. After May 7th, everyone is going to want to get their hands on these. I wanted to get you guys started collecting early. But also, because you guys got us to 100 likes, I'm going to grab a couple more cards and put them in here for you as well. Vanna Pete, what do you got for us?
Well, here's the wheel, gentlemen.
Spin that wheel, Vanna.
Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to make a better window next time for everybody, but here we go. In 3, 2, what was I going to do again? Oh, yeah, 1. Spin the wheel.
Oh. All right.
Phil's got a big
No
shot.
whammies.
Phil's got a big
no
shot.
whammies.
Randall.
Smalls.
Poor Phil.
Go.
Phil, we got 4 more opportunities this week. We
Randall.
really appreciate you and everybody else contributing.
And Phil, whatever you're doing to Flannel Sam, keep doing it. I don't know what it
I've been
is,
hearing too.
but man, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. I don't know, just keep doing it. Phil.
I'm going to make these a little bit better each day, but I will say this. If the Pistons win tonight, tomorrow's is going to be real nice. And if the Pistons win on Thursday, Friday's finale, it's going to be very, very special. So keep those super chats coming in. We really, really appreciate
Hey,
it.
Rando, I need you to email me at maz@woodwardsports.com. maz@woodwardsports.com. I'll
Everyone
put it on the
else
chat as
also
well.
email Maz at that same
That's
email
fine.
address.
Right.
That's fine.
Send
Just
him
the word
anything that you
Maz.
I'll
like.
figure it out.
Just the word man.
Just
Send
the
any
word
searches
Maz.
for Gary Oldman without the R. All right, let's go.
Thank
You'll figure it out. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. We will be back tomorrow.
I didn't even hear what you said. You know who I like in this chat? There's a guy named Stick Sucks in this chat. Stick Sucks, you're a winner, baby.
That's how we end it.